Okay, boom. Section 10, episode 550, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It's the home of your 27-31 fourth place Boston Red Sox. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Cake Yazzie.
Fuck.
You're never going away, huh?
Not anytime soon.
No. No, I don't think so. The motherfucking billion. Yeah, so this is gonna be an interesting episode. Because I think we're gonna see Steve is got his timer ready to go.
I'm doing a clean 40. Here we go.
Steve, I mean, that would actually be funny if you just left after 40 minutes and we just finished the podcast.
He's gone.
I promise 40 minutes.
I'm sticking with this. This is not a bit. I'm not joking. Doing a clean 40 today.
You're doing a clean 40.
Yes.
We're doing a clean 40.
Okay.
All of us.
I am keeping an eye on this thing. We're doing it.
Okay. We're going to find out who's in, who's out, who still believes, who has come to terms with reality, not vice versa. But you know what I mean.
You can say anything. Who cares?
Who fucking cares?
Say whatever
At this point.
Yeah. We're going to see who's bloopity, who's bloppity, who's bleepity. We're going to find out today.
I can't wait to see the results. Very, very excited to see the whole bloppity thing. People keep talking about it on the internet. They're like, enough about the bloopity. What about the bloppity?
We've talked bloopity to fucking death.
When the hell are they going to fire Bloppity? Bloppity sucks and hasn't brought anything to this roster.
Mm-hmm.
Team Blop.
We're going to do a new segment called T's Picks. Yeah, download the Underdog Fantasy app. And I would encourage you to ride with T. There's going to be people that are saying, oh, T's putting out a pick. I'm fading it. I'm fading it to death. Don't do that. At least for like the first few, I would say ride with T.
Feel him out.
Also, make sure you sign up. Huh?
Feel him out. See how he's doing.
Yeah, give him a chance.
Give him a squeeze.
Give him a chance. Yeah, he's just starting out in this.
Yeah, touch me. Grip me.
No, that's not like verbiage that's
it's
used
like
in the space.
When the little sea creatures grab onto the big sea turtle and they all ride him across the ocean.
This has nothing to do with sea life. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. T, what pick do you have for the people for this upcoming series against Atlanta in Atlanta?
Braves this weekend. Spencer Strider, Schwellenbach. The Red Sox are batting Marcelo Meyer fourth in their lineup right now. He is their cleanup hitter, despite not being in the big leagues for even a week yet. Whatever the K number is, higher. Go higher. Don't even think twice about it. This Red Sox lineup, they are on life support. I do not know how they're going to survive until Alex Bregman is back. More likely than not, they're not going to survive. So please, take the higher, make some money, have a good day.
So you're taking the higher on all three games against the Red Sox?
Yes.
Okay. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Whew, man, what a series. What a team. What a season. What an organization that the Boston Red Sox have going for them on this May 28th here in 2025. I am, you know how like when you get to the point where like you're so tired that you're not tired anymore? And it's like all you can do is like everything's funny, but it's not actually funny. Like I'm not angry. I'm certainly, I guess like if you were to dig deep down, like yes, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm depressed. But I'm also just so numb to the bullshit now in year 4 where I don't even know what to do with myself. Like it's a matter of, are you in denial or not? Because I think this Red Sox team is cooked. Our guy, Black Irish, he did the digging on this. And this was before they lost today via the walk-off. But here are some of the numbers to give you a daily dose of reality. Red Sox teams which had 30 or fewer wins after their first 60 games since 1997. 1997 through 2019, it happened 4 times in 23 years. 1997, 2012, 2014, and 2015. And that 2012 season, that was the Bobby V year. 2014, that was a developmental year, last place. 2015, last place. In 2020 through 2025, it happened 4 times in 6 years. 2020, that was an abomination of a season. 2023, 2024, and this year. And only one of the previous 7 teams finished the season with more than 78 wins. That would have been last year's team, and they finished 81-81. So right now, where the Red Sox are, from a historical perspective, at least in like our lifetime as a Red Sox fan, the way that they've started the season, they're more likely to finish with a losing record, and best case scenario, they finish exactly 500. That's where we're at. We're not talking playoffs. We're certainly not talking division.
Playoffs.
Yeah, that's where this team is at.
Shout out that guy.
I think the other thing too, and I talked about this with Maz tonight. It's
where
on 98.5 the fucking Sports Hub. Which, by the way, shout out to Jimmy Stewart because he cut up the voicemails that we're gonna hear tonight. Shout out to Jimmy Stewart.
I acknowledge
he went out of his way to put that together for us for our listening pleasure tonight. We will be getting to your angry, frustrated emails or voicemails. See?
How long is it? Just out of curiosity.
I think it's like 7 minutes.
That is impressive. Jay Stu stepping up. That's huge.
Mm-hmm. Big time. Yep.
Big time.
Yep. So, big time. Noontime.
My coach.
So we do have your voicemails coming up, but what the fuck was I saying before that?
Historical stats, state of the Red Sox, the
team
division.
sucks. Yep.
Yeah, so they're not getting any better. That's the issue. Is
the opposite.
It's not like they're losing and it's like, yeah, but like this happened and we can build off that. Nothing is changing. They're still making errors, they're making mental mistakes, they're making mistakes on the base paths. They're striking out a ton. The offense isn't doing dick. The starters aren't doing dick. And the bullpen is fighting for their lives. That's where we're at. It's been that way the whole year. It's not changed at all. You can make the argument that it's getting worse. And there's no one coming to save you. And you could sit here and say, well, Roman Anthony, he should not, neither should Marcelo Meyer, but Roman Anthony specifically, should not be viewed as the savior of your season. Like in years past, 2021, I can remember it was like, man, if we can just hang on until Chris Sale gets back. And then Chris Sale came back and it was a jolt and the team went on a run. It's like, that's a veteran. That's an ace. Roman Anthony, yeah, he's the number 1 prospect in baseball, but he's 21 years old. Like, how unfair is it to look that kid in the eye and be like, go get him, kid. Go save the fucking Boston Red Sox from missing the playoffs for a fucking 4th straight year.
Be the 3rd person they've said it to this year, so it wouldn't be all that shocking.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like,
put him on the mound.
Like every lineup I see, I'm just like, how the fuck did we get here? And I know like T doesn't mean it as an insult. It's not an insult, but it's like, man, our number 4 hitter has been in the big leagues for 5 days. Carlos Narvaez is hitting cleanup, and it's like, this dude is a rookie. And hand up, like when they acquired Carlos Narvaez, I was like, who the fuck is that? He's gonna be your cleanup hitter by May. That's who he is. So yeah, I don't know. I think to Felger's point, it's crazy that I'm agreeing with Felger.
That's a wild line.
I know, but he was saying, you're not getting smoked. Like, this is not a matter of talent. You're losing 1-run games.
15 of them.
You have the most blown saves. You have, and that's not on Chapman. He just had his first in the middle game. It's a bullpen thing. But all these 1-run losses, extra inning losses, walk-off losses, that means that you're in it until the very end, until you're not. Like, they just can't, as a team. It's not about Chapman. It's not about the bullpen. As a team, this team can't close. They don't know how to win. How many times have they lost a baseball game and you look back on it being like, man, they just got the better of us tonight. They just beat us. It is what it is. It's like, no, you're like, this guy fucked up, that guy fucked up, this guy's, I don't want to sound like it's not making excuses, but I am trying to like make them look better by being like, they're beating themselves. They are though. Like they kind of are.
I know there's a lot of similarities of pre-Bregman, post-Bregman, but this quickly after the Bregman injury, they've gone 1-5 since he got hurt in the 6 games he's been out.
It's like the story injury last year. They just fucking...
They just immediately became a completely different team without one player. Understandable, the most common DNA that they had before and after is the 1-run losses. I'm going to count that walk-off grand slam as a 1-run loss. I know it's a grand slam by Yelich, but I mean, that's basically a sacrifice fly there. So 4 of your 5 losses since the Bregman injury are by 1 run. But still, it doesn't feel like that as a Sox fan because you're just waiting for them to find a new way to lose every single game. And that's what they've done. That's specifically what they did in this series. Quick Stevie stats, because it hit me like, oh, right. The 13-run inning wasn't that long ago. That was on Friday. Since the 13-run inning, they've scored 16 total runs. That's in 57 innings. And I understand it's off a position player and all that, but it's like we were having a little bit of fun there. It's like, all right, let's see what happens. Again, at that point, I idiotically thought the Bregman thing was like a couple of weeks. Then you find out it's way more permanent than that. They can't score runs. They were like 5 runs a game with Bregman, 2.6 without. They're half the runs without him in the lineup. And after you get to Devers, it's just a bunch of who knows from 3 to 9.
I think the hardest thing, like when you start crunching the numbers and you realize it, you'd have to go 61-43 the rest of the year to get to 88 wins. That's not probably even winning the division.
It sucks that this specific thing happens every year too, where it's like June 1st and you're like, you'd have to go like 25 games over to be a playoff team. We do this part of the combo every year. This is like,
we can't even make it to June without being like, fuck it, season's over.
We
didn't even make it to June.
That's not, but even you start to go, that's what, like a 60 winning percentage.
Yes, I do think that's unattainable,
but it
with
still
the current
feels
status
crazy for this team.
No, I'm not
what
saying
about this team makes you think that they're going to fucking play 600 ball?
Anyone to do it, but last year we were sitting here saying the same thing, and that's when their run started. It was in the end of June, was it not? They had the Phillies and Yankees series.
So.
It was basically like when Duran heated up the team.
Well, it was when the Phillies and Yankees series started. That was what it was.
Yeah,
June 16th,
that was mid-June.
I think.
Was like second week of June.
The Celtics were still in the finals.
Yeah, they just were about to win it. But if they don't come out of the All-Star break last year and just completely shit themselves, that team I think makes the playoffs. If Craig doesn't trade like good bullpen arms for bad ones, that team probably doesn't shit itself. So I'm not here to sit here and be like, this is time to be optimistic. No, they fucking stink. They have a lot of players that shouldn't be on the team playing for them. Like that's an issue, and they won't do anything about it.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it because when you just talk 3, 4, 5, those guys are gone. Bregman 2 months from now, you hope, you beg Casas is not coming back. Trevor Story, hearing what Alex Cora was saying today and like trying to build him up and say, I'm seeing some things, he's working deeper into counts. Trevor Story's basically telling you, I don't even know what's wrong with me. I made some adjustments when I first started struggling. I stopped doing them. They weren't working. And ever since then, I've just been caught in my head. He's admitting it's a mental thing at this point in time. So like, what does that mean for him moving forward? Who knows? But you even go back to where you were when this losing streak started. You were a game over 500. And you could say, they're close in these games against the Orioles and Brewers. These aren't good teams. I'm sorry. The Orioles, they are what they are. They're 15 games back of first place. Sadly, you're closer to them than you are the Yankees right now in the AL East. The Brewers were 2 games under 500 before this series started. And you look at that team, there's nothing that stands out, on that roster and makes you look at them as one of the better teams in baseball, especially with their pitching stuff going on right now. So like, these games have been close, but I think if you start to face better competition, like true top division teams,
they play better
the Phillies,
against them.
The Dodgers, I don't think at this point in time this team has the talent. You'll see a major gap when they go to play them because we haven't seen it with Bregman gone. I think it's going to become very apparent very quickly.
Yes and no. Like I agree with you about the Brewers. Peralta's better than Bayo, and they
way better.
But they dueled the exact same today. Exact same.
They canceled each other.
If anything, Bayo was better because he gave up a third of the runs. If Duran catches a ball, it's a different conversation we're having about Brian Bayo today.
Yeah, I think Freddie Peralta looked like shit today. He didn't do anything.
No shit, but that's what I'm saying. Like
he threw a bunch of pitches. He looked like Bayo actually.
Poor. Against Bayo. Like this was a game
he
they
needed.
Needed.
What, like 109 pitches to get out of that game?
Yeah, 5 innings, I think.
Yeah. Peralta, yeah. And also, I hope it doesn't become a thing, but like, Bayo wasn't speaking glowingly about the manager after this one either.
What did he say? I didn't see that.
He
What were the
keeps
comments?
pulling him when he doesn't need to. I don't blame him.
I mean, we do. Coley, you had mentioned this last show. Like, today was the one that really was jarring to me. There's been some other situations where it's like, you got to take him out of the game. This one, it almost felt like, kidding aside, going into it, they were like, we're giving him 4 2/3, and that's it. He's not.
It
like,
tells
we're
you what
not
they
gonna
think
let
of
him.
him.
I'm
Get
curious
5.
if
But-
Durant catches that ball, that would have only been the second out, right? So I think they pull him right there. They're like, nope.
They pull him if that catch happens. By the way, when
Well,
Durant
no, they
dropped
went for
the ball,
Bernardino matchup. That's what the
no, I
situation
get it, but like
was.
when Durant dropped that ball, I think we all knew like he's not going to finish this inning, and they're not going to let him finish this inning. So that
But
was.
he doesn't
that
come
was-
out.
I'm shocked they let him pitch
I don't think we see
Churio.
him the next inning.
Did you make fun of him in his DMs after, Steve?
Bayo?
No, Duran for dropping the ball.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. I was like, you suck.
Yeah.
Like you've always sucked. Like I think you're trash, and you're
You always
actually
will.
one of the main reasons why this team sucks.
Yeah. I figured you would say some shit like that. I just wanted to make sure that it was like on the record.
I also disagree.
No, absolutely, it's on the record. He
Yeah.
blows. Yeah, and it's why he dropped the ball. It's because he sucks.
Yeah, just
Mhm.
thinking about how much he sucks and blows.
Yeah.
I disagree, T, only because it would have been Yelich with no one on. I do think Bayo gets that next inning if Durant catches that ball. And I don't know if Churio necessarily grounds right to first again, but if he gets out of Churio too, I do think he pitches to Yelich with no one
I
on
think they
in a
were-
fresh inning.
By the way,
think
in all
they just
seriousness, like
planned-
Duran has like he's got to be hitting what like 650 in like the last like couple weeks here.
Yeah, he's been incredible.
Coming into this
I mean, minus
series,
that,
yeah.
he sucked.
Yeah, outside of the good stuff, he's been bad.
Coming into this series, yeah, he was turning the cover off the ball. This series, not as much.
Let's actually get some stats here. Get a little update
It's
here. I
300
mean, he was
over the
0 for
last
5
month.
in game 2. He sucked in game 2.
Yeah, sucks.
Some big spots.
840 OPS, 310 average over his last 29 games. That doesn't
Mhm.
include the
Yeah.
finale.
Had a couple hits today.
Yeah, but they sucked.
The hits kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know not all hits are created equal. Like he has a
Right,
lot of
right,
suck hits.
Yeah, it's some sucky hits. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just brutal. But you kind of
Yeah.
you guys felt like they were going to lose this game, right? Like multiple
I
times.
literally, when Willier hit the home run, I tweeted the clip and said they're still going to lose this game.
Yeah. That's kind of what it
And-
felt like from the jump, even when they tied it.
Thank God for fucking unobstructed views to just have a live documentation of how I feel. Like Yelich came to the plate, I was like, I hate this matchup. Like this sucks. Fucking whack grand slam. I think it was more. It was more damning the middle game, but today, if they had won last night, if they had won the middle game, I don't think I would have felt that way after the Willier home run today. I would have been like, all right, yeah, let's see. Like,
Sure.
could they steal the series here? But just knowing that everything is going to shit, when Willier tied it, I was like, this is all you're doing is making me live stream. You're not going to fucking win this game. You're just making me fucking live stream. Coley's trying to fucking hit some buckets in the driveway.
Wasn't trying.
T's
I was
driving
succeeding.
home. Oh, you were succeeding at an incredible rate. I heard 85%. I heard.
By the way,
85%.
still no respect. We even put that on
Really?
a graphic, and still no respect for Coley.
Crazy.
No one cares
I
that he made
respect
those
it.
shots.
I
No, I
care.
know. I'm just saying, like the folks just don't have any respect for it, which I find
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
They're in a blind
truly is
rage
disrespectful.
right now. I get it, but
Yeah,
I can hold
Yeah.
two thoughts in my head at once, you know?
Those
Yeah.
can be a lot of buckets. This team can suck. That's
right.
all we're saying.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Another Stevie no show on Tied in the Eighth. Steve,
Dude, I'm working, man. I told you guys I'm working. A lot of meetings today. I had to do the
You had a
whole like
meeting?
Nesson 360 up on the bottom of the laptop and make it look like I'm not looking at that the whole time.
what was the meeting about?
What was that meeting about? It's about some stuff I can't talk about. It's some good stuff though. It's going to
all right,
benefit
give me-
everybody.
Like Stop and Shop?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's gonna love them getting it done for you, like Stop and Shop. Absolutely. But
What is it? Why can you tell me? Now I'm curious. Tell me and then have Jake bleep it.
It's about you. This is what you do. This is what you do. Well, this would be way more posts that would include you.
Yeah.
That would be good to promote Jerry. And he's
Yeah.
like, this fucking dickhead over here.
I mean,
It's more the way you
my
set it
first
up. You're like,
thought-
this is going to be great for everybody. Like, raises for
yeah,
all.
I was like, oh, so
No,
like,
I know. I should have presented it as like all of our social handles are going to go up.
Every stove. Yeah, no.
My first,
Everyone's going to
first
benefit.
thought-
It's big for me.
yeah, my my first thought was companies getting sold and they're giving you fucking 5x equity. Like, you're going to have a cool $1 million hitting your bank account tomorrow.
Yeah, it's big for all of us. Big for all of us. But no, there were a lot of meetings today. Had to keep had to keep the game on the side. And regardless of what was happening, you just knew that they were going to lose the game. That's how it's been. And a lot of times, Jerry, with different Red Sox teams that we've watched over the years, they don't have this like connective tissue that this team does in a bad way, where the games bleed into each other. If you told me like, when did this specific event happen in this series? I don't know if I'd be able to tell you because it was just 27 or 28 innings, however long the series was. It felt like it was just start to finish one long suckiness game. Like that's what it felt like. And I forgot Crochet pitched the opener. That felt like a week ago. It's like, right, I'm looking through my notes. I'm like, that couldn't have been game 1 of this series. Oh, no, it was. Crochet was on the mound, and they sucked when he was on the mound.
Over
like they do every time.
First pitch, done. Game over.
Done.
I also, Crochet saying, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm throwing a fastball first pitch moving
That was
forward.
crazy to say.
Like, why? Why would you commit to that? That is such a weird thing to lock yourself into.
I only love it
unless he throws a wipeout slider.
That's what I'm
first
saying.
pitch is next start.
And the next guy just Rafaela swings himself into the dirt.
Yeah.
I do love that if he doesn't throw a heater. It's like, nice, just setting himself up, trying to get a pitch ahead in the next start. That's something Crochet would do.
Lefty leadoff guy just gets a slider right in the dick and he swings through it.
He's like, yeah, you were watching my presser, weren't you, you dickhead? Like, I didn't throw it.
Yeah.
He just laughs on him on the mound.
That'd be unbelievable.
I would love that.
That guy throws
if I'm Snitker and I got my guy up there not swinging his dick off in the first pitch of that start, it's like, brother, he told you he was throwing a heater. Pitch 1. What are you looking at?
You know what I fear, Jared?
What do you fear?
Tyler had alluded to this earlier about how the team's going to just continue to slide against better competition. I can't fully agree with that just because they're equally shitty and a little good against every team, seemingly.
13 and 14 against teams above 500.
So it's like they do that all the time. But one thing I will say is I genuinely do fear that we're not even going to have the luxury moving forward of the 500 Sox. Like, I feel like, it's exactly 500 since 2018. We're almost now getting into that danger territory where we can't even call them the mid Sox anymore. That's kind of where I'm scared of and what I'm scared of here. Moving on to the next, month and a half of games. Basically, whatever the breaky date is, 2 more months, like that's where they're going to be.
There's 4 teams ahead of you before even getting to the third wild card right now, and there's only 4 teams behind you. Like, that's where you are. You fall any farther, you're right at the bottom depths of the American League. And yes, all 3 wild cards are tied, but
these lineups are crazy. And I didn't think it was going to happen this fast. Like, I understand losing Bregman is like losing multiple guys, impact guys from the lineup. But once you get past Devers, there's just a bunch of question marks. And you have to think the opposing pitchers, too, especially when they got Rafaela coming up. They're like, well, who the hell knows what this guy's going to do? I can throw it anywhere. He's probably going to swing at it. But even when you then get to Duran, it's like, all right, let's give him a good at-bat. He's going to battle. He's going to foul off some of my good stuff. But even if he gets on, you can just walk Devers, and then who cares who you face after that? Which the Brewers, for the most part, were smart. I don't know why they pitched to him in the finale. That didn't make a lot of sense. But that's what it feels like now, where like opposing pitchers aren't scared anymore. Not to say they were before, but it definitely changes your mindset when you don't have Duran, Devers, Bregman, and then, oh, man, I got to be ready for those guys. It's like, nah, I don't really have to be ready for much of anything. It's 2 dudes, and then right back to question mark, Bill.
Do they still lead the league in runs?
No, they've fallen down that list.
The AL.
It wasn't that long ago that they did.
It was
That's
like
the
Friday.
crazy part.
It wasn't like
6.
No,
They're 6 in runs this season.
I thought the Yankees have a good lead on that.
I think as recently as like a week ago, they had the most runs in the American League.
I was listening to someone, and that was the stat. So maybe it was like last week's Sox prospects or something, but it was super recent.
Sox are 7th in, actually, that's homers. They're 6th in runs still, which is crazy.
10th this month with
in the American League or the MLB?
In the Major League Baseball, but then in the American League, they're 3rd still. So, and a good chunk ahead of the Mariners, who are 4th.
But
so,
even like the 13 and 14 T just reference is a little misleading because the Brewers just became a above 500 team, but Peralta is their ace. They had their, like, Aaron Savale blanked them. And Aaron Savale fucking sucks. Sucks. One of the worst pitchers I've ever seen. Seems like a good guy, but it sucks at pitching.
Shout out Northeastern.
But Peralta gets.
I thought we were talking about Story for a second.
No.
Seems like a good guy, but blows.
Well, that's what everyone's saying now. They're like, that was such a good guy. I hate to see it happen to him. I can't even, like, what do you mean mental? Like, you've never been able to hit here. Outside of Colorado, your whole career, you've never been able to hit. What do you mean mental?
Well, he's at least a league average bat in 2022. You'd kill for him to be a league average bat.
Sure, now, but
that'd be a miracle.
That's crazy.
He's a nice guy.
Great guy.
He's nice, though.
Great guy.
He's a very nice guy.
Like, people were pumped to get rid of Carl Crawford and Pablo Sandoval. Like, they were bad. Crawford later became a bad guy. Don't know how he was with the team. Seemed pretty well liked. Pablo was completely disinterested in being here. No one wanted him here. Like, that was easy. I get that this is harder from an emotional standpoint, but that until he's no longer playing, you don't have to release him. Just he can't be playing anymore.
Hey, once they DFA him, though, it's probably going to be discounts for the City Connect jerseys that have the 10s on them.
Sure.
So at least we got that going for us. Not bad.
I'm going to get one of those.
And Meyer, that's
again,
Meyer's number
gonna wait.
too.
Oh, it
Is
feels like it. I mean, I would say Yoshida's number kind of feels more Meyer-y, but yeah, 10 totally.
No, he
works
came
as
into
well.
the league. Like, I think one of his handles is still Marcelo Meyer 10. And when he was coming into the
it?
No,
league,
true.
Yeah.
I guess I more just meant numbers that I could see fitting with him. Yeah, but he prefers
sure.
10. He's
Yeah,
used
yeah,
10
yeah.
before. Yeah. Big time.
That's because of the podcast, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the pod. Yeah, but
Right.
it's
Yeah.
a double
Yeah.
double win because it could be a Marcelo win. It could be the pod.
Yeah. No. I'm saying Marcelo Meyer wears 10 because of Section 10.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, that's you don't have to say obvious stuff.
Yeah. Which we appreciate, but like, it's not like a Nike sponsorship where like we pay the player to rep it. Like he asked and we said sure, yeah.
Just in his heart.
I got 15 minutes left. Hopefully, I'm good the next 15. Then it's you guys.
You're on the clock.
Yep. Here we go.
Are any of you feeling the same way that I do, where you're kind of already getting to the point where you're emotionally detached from this team and it's kind of just you've accepted it's a developmental year?
That makes me more emotionally invested.
Well, because they haven't yet begun. The Red Sox haven't accepted that it's a developmental year.
No.
Until Roman Anthony gets here, they haven't accepted that.
See, that's
And not only does Roman Anthony need to be here, but if you are going to say this is a developmental year, then these guys need to play their natural positions.
Big
Meyer
point.
has to be playing shortstop, Campbell has to be playing second base, and Roman Anthony has to be in left field and some DH. Like you can't be like, yeah, we got fucking Christian Campbell playing some first base. No. He's not the first baseman of the future. He's not a first baseman, period. Just put him in his natural position.
Sure.
And fucking leave it alone. Yeah.
But look at how even Cora managed this series, right? Whether you want to talk about Brian Bayo getting pulled today, Hunter Dobbins coming out of the bullpen and them now doing that. Richard Fitz getting one rehab start, through 38 pitches, and then you have him come up and throw 44. Like, feels like they're trying to pull
fine.
That
every
was his
lever.
idea.
and I'm fine with that.
That's
fine.
fine. It's
It
up
was
to the
Fitz's idea.
team.
He said, hey, I have this idea. Can instead of like making one more rehab start, can I make it up there?
It just didn't make sense to me why you had Cooper Criswell up for that doubleheader and then you never used them. Like, it felt like that was a chance where you could have made things make a little more sense with Dobbins or put him in a position to succeed. Because Cora said it after the game. He was like, yeah, he came out of the bullpen and he was rough because he just hasn't done it very much. Very little in the minor leagues. I think once this year, a couple times last year. But I don't know. It just felt like a weird kind of handling of things, especially for young guys, where if you're trying to get them into the big leagues and on a straightward path of success, not the easiest way to do that.
I didn't mind. I hate wasting bullets in the minors, and Fitz was fine. I understand he wasn't fully stretched out, but if it's a bullpen game or he gets 3 innings, I'm fine with him getting 3 innings against a pretty, like, not super threatening lineup.
I wonder if you could have had Dobbins start if you were willing to use Criswell instead of him coming up here and sitting around and doing nothing and then starting the next day down in Worcester.
Dobbins seems to get worse the longer he's around the pitching lab up here.
They're killing him. They're slowly
Like
injecting him with
the
poison.
lab leak out of the Wuhan Red Sox pitching lab is killing all of our pitchers. All of our sweet, sweet boys are dying.
Yeah.
Nobody's
definitely-
getting better.
There's no improvement. There's no one that's taken a step forward. It feels
Fitz
like guys
has,
are taking a
but
step backward.
He's mostly pitching the minors. Like, he hasn't been infected as much.
Right. And he's been injured for a month and a half, so he's stayed out of the lab.
Right. And like Dobbins, when he was getting bounced up and down, excellent. The second he was here for an extended stay, boom.
Jerry, you had alluded to this on the Altcast. Real quick on the Altcast, I watched it. I think Pat just, whatever you say, is like, I'm going to say the other thing. I'm going to say whatever the opposite of Jared is. He disagree with you a lot on that one. Does that happen all the time with you guys?
I guess, but like, I don't know. I don't think it would be, and I'm not saying he does it on purpose, but I don't think it would be entertaining if we agreed on everything. But like,
No, that's fair.
I don't know. It's just like you've got the player perspective, which is usually wrong, and then you have like the podcaster perspective, which like I feel like we usually get it right. You get the super fan perspective,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm not wrong a lot. So I think that they're what did
Always
we say?
right, never wrong.
Yes, I'm usually right. What did he say that there was something he said where I was like, I can't even fucking believe we're debating this. Like,
Well,
it's
he
just
obviously
not-
hated that I didn't throw the ball back, but I expected that one. The other one, he doesn't like the new City Connects, which might be one of the only people that's in that camp. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe that. But
Yeah.
no, he was saying some Pap stuff. But no, Pap's going Pap. I just wanted to say I do agree. Pap. Oh, I get Millsy on the other Mills. Oh God. I do agree with the have these guys up here, have them grow at the same time in the big leagues, and maybe
Yeah.
be a 400 team. That's fine. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to give up on the idea that they can be here and you can win games. Like both of those things
Sure.
can happen at the same time. I understand it's not probable, Jerry. I'm not saying it's likely to happen.
they can win games, but like
But at this point, why? And not even in like a Red Sox Twitter way. Like, what the hell are they doing? What the hell are they doing? Like, why isn't Anthony up here? Why isn't Anthony? There's nothing that makes any sense to me.
I think by the time people listen to this, he'll be called up.
I agree, and it pisses me off because I think this team doesn't deserve him. Like, there was a point where it was like they're playing well, don't burn them so you can have them longer. Now you want to burn a year for this dog shit team? That makes no fucking sense to me.
I'd rather he get used to the big leagues this year and then he's fully ready to go
He can
next
still
year.
come
I'm fine
up
with
this
that.
year. He could definitely come up this year, but think of how much more well-suited he'd be for the scenario you just laid out. Him contributing to win games if he had been up here all year. It wouldn't just be like, here you go, good luck.
No, it's bad.
Doing it now
Trust me,
is
it's
so
bad.
fucking stupid because if he sucks, which is certainly on the table, not full-time, just immediately, because playing baseball professionally at 21, 22 years old is really fucking hard. Yeah, then what? He was the savior and he didn't do it. So every time he gets pulled up back here, I've already heard people be like, oh, Jackson Holiday sucked last year. He's got like a 120 OPS plus this year. Has been excellent for them. But people, that first impression were like, that guy dropped an easy pop fly at Fenway. That guy's always going to suck. If that happens to Roman, I don't think he's mentally going to anything bad happen.
No.
But we saw how people jumped on Christian Campbell after one fucking at bat. If people are already down on this Red Sox team, Roman Anthony comes up and stumbles at all when he is now the savior and Marcelo is the savior. Yeah, people are going to go ape shit.
You don't want the
give
2025 Red Sox stink on Roman, is what you're saying.
Correct. They don't deserve him. They win some games, then you pull him up. But I don't need him being the face, because he will immediately become the face of the team. And if it's a bad team, I hate that. He doesn't deserve that.
I'm going to give a lot of credit to a good portion of Red Sox fans who I think are not looking right now at Roman Anthony as a savior. I think they just want to see him in the big leagues and see what happens. Considering what's happened recently since the Bregman injury, it's only been, a week, but I think a lot of people's mentalities have shifted from this is a team that can contend to the division, this is a team that can make the playoffs, to now let's all have the kids up here and grow at the same time. I really don't think a lot of people are looking at him as like he's going to guide them to the postseason. That's kind of crazy for a 21-year-old to
I
do.
do think the
I also
media
like the
is
savior.
going
That kind
to
of
jump
implies
on him.
that a little bit. No, that implies that, right?
The media is going to pounce on him if he's not good instantly. And this team's already bad.
That's what they do.
Sure, but people
He's
follow
saving
that.
me from killing myself. I think that's really it. Like, I'm not looking at him to save the season at this point from like not making the playoffs. He's saving the season in the sense that please make this team watchable. Like, there's way too much season left for me to
There's
be sitting
104
here.
games left.
Right.
There's so much time left.
There, yes, but no.
No, but I'm
Like-
saying there's so much time that we have already dedicated to this team coming up here.
Big
I'm
time.
agreeing
Yeah.
with you. Like, save our sanity is what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
Like,
The stink of this year-
you're saving the watchability of the Red
Yeah.
Sox. He's not going to save the
that-
season in a sense where it's like,
I don't
the
care about
playoffs
that.
are back on the table. I don't see it that. What?
The watchability, like there's plenty I can watch on a day-to-day basis. I don't need to burning a future year for watchability. I didn't want to burn a future year for a playoff push
for him, too.
earlier in this
Well,
year. Burning an
all
extra
right,
year
Coley,
for just pure watchability for the next month and a half.
Coley,
I can't get down with it.
Here's my counter to that. How much shit not even from us, just in general, how much shit was talked about the Red Sox not being able to get something done with Garrett Crochet in spring training until they actually did?
Yeah, I mean, if they can sign him, great. I'd like that.
So I think that is very much on the table. So
but
I
don't need
wanna
him to get
operate-
pulled up to do it like they did with Campbell. There's nothing stopping them from doing that ahead of time.
But Jackson Merrill wanted a year under his belt before he talked money in dollars, and I think that's fine.
And I mean, the Padres owner died, and there was a blood feud over who gets to even sign contracts. They're the last team to sign a free agent this offseason. I don't know if that was Jackson Merrill wanting a year, as opposed to he didn't have anyone ahead of him.
I'm sure both were contributors, but I think if I'm Roman Anthony, if I get called up tomorrow, fucking Thursday on the off day, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to play out this year, and then, yeah, we'll talk numbers after that, because there's going to be benchmarks that he can point to. He can point to the Merrill, he can point to the Churio, he can point to, what's the other one I'm missing?
J-Rod.
That one as well. Yeah, like the
Bobby Witt,
Ozzy
J-Rod.
Albies. No one wants to use that one. Certainly do not use that one.
Well, here's the other problem. John Henry's never going to spend $1 again. I think that's abundantly clear. All he's been told is like, spend money and this team's going to be awesome. He spent the fucking money. He has to be like, why does this team? It's the worst I've seen so far.
Hey, Crochet's sick. At least Crochet's sick. I know what you're saying.
He don't win any of his
like,
games. Like he is.
No,
sick.
I know.
They don't
I know.
win
And then
any
Story, Yoshida, and Bregman are all not playing.
Yeah,
Story's playing, but he's not really.
It was better when he wasn't.
Yeah.
I think that will become the biggest thing as you go down the stretch here. If this team starts to fall out of it, you can't repeat 2022. That's the biggest thing in the entire world they got to keep in mind. You're going to have to get under the luxury tax. You can't botch it, because last time you botched it, I think that was when ownership was immediately out on him. I think they took a year to fire him and actually get it over with and get it done. But that decision alone, like, you got to show the financial awareness to kind of kick this thing down the road. Just a year to 2026 if it all goes wrong. Because I think I don't think it's going to be on Roman Anthony if they struggle. The stink's already on Rafael Devers. The stink's on Alex Cora. It's going to be on the Alex Bregman injury. That's where, Tristan Casas is going down. Like, it's going to be on Devers more than anyone, I think, for what this year will be, because people are going to pin it that things went wrong because it started wrong with him. Which, unfair or fair, however you want to frame it, I think that's going to be the biggest takeaway people have from this season if the team doesn't get where they need to go.
I think definitely it's like objectively unfair. Is how I would phrase it. Like,
well, when you're playing like he is, where you're raking, media-wise, sports radio, the Devers conversation
all offseason.
Yeah, the Devers
there's going to be a very clear fork in the road before and after the Bregman injury in terms of production of the lineup. I mean, that's pretty big.
Well,
and
they'll tell you Devers could have stepped in
an all-star level, near an MVP level.
Sure,
honestly,
they both
but I'll tell you right now,
yeah.
we did an hour of radio today on third base versus first base. If Devers was willing to do one of those things, can the team
radio
survive longer? But that's the media conversation that usually dominates the city in a lot of ways. That's what the narrative will be on Felger and Maz. They'll be painting Rafael Devers as the guy who wasn't. At the beginning of the year, you started with drama and the team underperformed. And then when things went wrong, you weren't willing to be flexible. That's what the narrative will be. And Devers, to his credit, he's raking out of his mind. He's a top 5 hitter in the sport. He should be respected and treated with that respect. But that's what people are going to take from this year. And I think if you want to compete next year, you've turned the dial to winning, right? Like, that's what it is.
Right.
Roman Anthony needs to take those bumps right now to get to where you need to go.
And want him to do cocaine?
Yes. I think Campbell and Meyer, you're going to see those guys struggle. That's part of being in the big leagues. We watched Xander Bogaerts struggle for years at a time before he became the player he needed.
Let's relax. He immediately contributed to the 2013 World Series, so let's calm down.
No, but you had the 2014 and 2015 where he was getting booed at Fenway Park. But that was to Jared's point.
They had him playing fucking left field and third base and second base. We went to a game where they had Brock Holt playing short. They had Mookie in like center. And Xander playing first. Like that's exactly what Jared's saying. Like, don't have them playing
Jackie Bradley Jr. behind the plate.
Insane positions. But to what else he said, I don't like I want Campbell at second. He's actually looked quite smooth outside of today with what he did in extras. He's looked quite smooth there as of late. I don't think the idea of him being the long-term first baseman, if they've completely detached from Tristan Casas, is the most insane idea. I really don't think that's crazy.
He could play the position. Like, if he goes out there and he handles it well, we'll see in Atlanta, because he's going to get his first taste over there. But it's been 12 days. So what is it going to look like? Are you going to have some really rough moments? I'm more worried about him going out there and he's struggling so badly at the plate. If it's a couple games there where things get ugly, it's a couple errors, whatever it may be, I think that is an absolute disaster. And the fact that they're even setting that up to be a possibility, concerns me heavily.
I said it on
Did
time.
you see this
today.
Catio tweet?
Oh God.
Oh, what do we got?
It's nothing crazy. He just said
Okay.
a longtime American League evaluator on the Roman Anthony situation. Quote, makes zero sense to me.
It's
Like,
always
we're
an
getting, like-
evaluator or like an unnamed scout. It's
And then
like,
I
yeah,
mean, that's dog shit.
makes
It
no
makes-
sense
but we
to
are
any of it.
getting
We're in that
getting laughed
territory.
at.
But
Yeah,
it
we're
makes
definitely
perfect
getting
sense.
laughed
Like,
at.
and that guy's
It makes
an asshole.
perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes all the sense
like
in the
if
world. That's manipulating a service time. Like that's the
That's it.
sense it makes. Every team
The
does.
writing's
it.
been
He has
on the wall for months.
He has 100 less ABs at AAA than Jackson Holiday did right now. So it's not
Marcelo
that.
This is
Meyer
still
never
isn't this
touched
still a
AAA.
rookie of the year thing though? Isn't that the only thing that we're talking about with
keep-
service time?
No, keep in mind. So
No,
at
just
the end of the
rookie
year right now,
too. He can still he can still accrue a full year of service right now.
No,
Without that.
yeah, true, but
If-
I just can't accept that because I just need him up here. See,
if he finishes first or second right now, who's in second place in rookie of the year voting? It's Carlos Narvaez.
Oh,
Like, what
yeah.
do you think Carlos
All right, Steve,
Narvaez
thanks for
in
coming out,
3
brother.
months is going to
Mhm.
look like in the
See ya.
rookie of the year race? Realistically, right? It's going to be Jacob Wilson at the top. Roman Anthony, if he does come up and he goes nuts, there's still a real pathway for him to push himself into that convo. That's what they're scared of. That's 100% what it is. It's just a shame they fucked up so bad at the beginning of the year because you
Yeah.
could say what you will about clearing the logjam or whatever. Sedon Rafaela, you wanted to give him this runway and he hasn't done much with the runway. It was nice that he had a good game today. You could have made
Coley-
him a super utility
Coley-
player then.
They also could have just had him on the opening day roster and sent him back to AAA. And then if he won Rookie of the Year, he wouldn't have mattered. They still would have got the PPI pick. He didn't have to be up the whole year. He
That
just had
has
to be on
like
the
an
opening day roster.
MLBPA violation, though. or
No, I'm not
something.
saying send him down forever, but all he had to do is be on the opening day roster. That's it. That's it.
Like get through a week, and then if you option, him,
Yeah,
you go
option
from
him
there.
down, get him as seasoning if you just wanted. Who knows what would have happened if he was up? But they didn't have to keep him up the whole year. He just needed to be on the opening day roster. It's insane. This is how they've handled it. And the second April 11th passed, I think someone tweeted me like June 2nd is the next like key date. If after that he has a better chance of retaining his rookie status, and not burning that year, or you become Super 2 like Durant is. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
So that makes
it's
more
June
sense.
6th or something like
It's,
that.
yeah, it's
right?
the first week of June, whatever day it is.
Yeah.
The first week of June. So that's where if they pull him up this weekend, it's another fuck up of monument. Like you have to wait a week. I understand the watchability. I understand the team just sucks right now. It's depressing. He doesn't want to be in Worcester. He hits a home run every fucking at bat. Like Dave O'Brien's giving him 14 home runs a day every time he talks about it. which
Dude,
is
I
very
was pulling
funny.
up the app looking. I was like, no way he went deep again, and I
Yeah.
didn't fucking see it.
It's very funny. But if they're gonna fuck up a third, this would be the third fuck up in my mind. If they pulled him up right before that Super 2 deadline.
I mean, it sounds like, I mean, he's not telling us, but the way that Will Fleming was talking on the
Cotillo
post
as
game,
well.
yeah, he was like, just feels like something big's going down tomorrow, and I was like, okay, well,
That's a
what could
huge
that
fuck
be?
up. That's a massive fuck up this close. To not do it opening day, to not do it by the 11th, and then to do it literally right before the date would be insane. One of the biggest like fumblings I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is bad. This is a team that needed Pavetta to sign with the Padres just to sign Bregman so they could get the pick swap. And now they're just going to punt this potential pick. Like Campbell could still win it. He's very out of it right now. Him still winning, it's not crazy if his back gets going again. If Narvaez
crazy
wins
at
it, they're
this
like
point.
sick. It's not.
Did you
It's
see
not
what
even June
Jacob
yet.
Wilson's doing? He's hitting
Yeah, for
350.
sure. And if he stops hitting, which is super on the table, then what?
it would take 2 months,
No, it
2.5
wouldn't.
months of red hot Christian Campbell baseball.
If
for
Christian
Jacob
Campbell hits
But he
7
hits with
home
no
runs
power.
in June, which I think we all think is not that crazy, he's right back to second immediately. And he'll be rookie of the month.
Yeah, I'm saying he's not going to pass.
But if he's going to
not
win,
pass
would that be his second rookie of the month in 3 months?
What was he, April?
Yeah.
And Narvaez is could win May.
If Jacob Wilson wins none, yeah, he could still technically win the award, but that'd be weird. If Christian Campbell
they're
hits
not like
6 or 7 home runs in June, obviously maybe his ribs are still fucked, but if he hits 6 or 7 home runs in June, which is
Dude,
not crazy,
he's a negative WAR. dude.
he's been bad. And they have him playing 6 different positions.
I'm not making excuses for the guy. I'm just saying if we're talking rookie of the year.
But this is exactly how people are going to talk about Roman Anthony if he comes up and struggles at all.
no.
For sure.
No,
if he's a
rookie of the
negative
year,
WAR
bro.
player,
No. I don't. It depends on what the sample size is.
sure.
Like right now, like the sample size of Campbell sucking is 1 month. He was awesome in April. He sucked in May.
He was elite in April, and he was bad.
Him sucking in May has made his overall season look like dog shit.
Sure,
but if you're watching the games, like he was fucking awesome in April, has sucked in May. The overall numbers look bad because his May has been so bad.
And a good June, he's right back to if he's at what, like a 770 OPS on July 1st, would that be the most? Because what is he, like, right, 590,
666 right now?
Yeah, so if he raises that 100 points between now and July 1st, would that be shocking? No.
He has like an 88 OPS plus. Jacob Wilson sitting at 145.
Yeah, that's going to come down. Jacob Wilson's not going to carry a 145 through October.
Yeah, the BABIP is definitely got to be a little high there. I think it's a lot right now, even with the Roman Anthony stuff. The fact that Breslow did that interview with the Globe, and it's like one of the most like gaslighting articles you can read, where like you're telling me how much Roman Anthony has to improve on and all this different stuff and how you're monitoring
dude.
it.
He's
it's like
a
stop.
It's like
stop
bullshitting
everybody.
He cannot say the
but
truth.
Then just don't say anything. Just stay away.
So then don't say. How many times has Craig Breslow punted on speaking to the media?
Sure.
Like that's like his MO now. He doesn't do podcasts. He doesn't do fucking interviews. And he doesn't have any of his people speak, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's no one else from the front office that gets to speak to the media. It's like Craig Breslow has a stranglehold on the communication that comes from that department. So if he doesn't say it, no one else is going to say it. And it's not like he's a yapper like Heim was, and I appreciated that about Heim. Like he was very forthcoming with information and perspective, and he didn't mind when other people in the front office were speaking on behalf of the front office. Craig is a closed situation. It is no one else is talking if it's not me, and I'm not going to talk all the time. So if you don't have something he has to. Like, how disconnected could you be from the fan base to be like, I'm going to say that Roman Anthony still has something to prove? How dare you? How dare you say that to us? There's no fucking way you can say that with a straight face and be like, guys, I think they bought it. I think when I said that Roman Anthony has something to prove, fans were like, you know what? You're right. He could hit more home runs, I guess. I don't know. I guess he could hit the ball harder. Did you not see that O'Neal Cruz hit that ball 125 miles an hour?
Yeah, he's
only hitting them 117.
He has 3 this year that have gone 116 miles per hour. I think there's
like
6 players.
Not
6 players who've hit a ball that hard this year. Are you kidding me?
It's bad. Like everything there, but I also don't think it's his front office. I think the guy who runs the front office is also the guy at the top step. And I was talking to Ian Condell last night, and we were like, what have his
shout out Ian Condell.
Shout him out.
Go.
What have his best moves been? Like the Narvaez trade, I think, is like comfortably his best move so far. I think both Priester trades are tidy bits of business, both trading for him with Nick York, who you weren't going to retain, and then trading him for the first round pick. And if Yoferi and the pitcher do anything, cool, that's a bonus. But
Verdugo?
Huh?
The Verdugo trade?
You're getting him the fuck out of here. Unbelievable. Like, good job. But that Heim was telling him on the field, like, I'm trading you. I'm not giving him credit for that.
Tyler O'Neill trade was a nice one considering it was Santos and Nick Robertson.
Dude, I'm getting his other big moves. I think the ones most people would be like, oh, he traded for Garrett Crochet. Well, why did he do that? Because he didn't get Max Fried the day before and he couldn't sleep and he was sick over it. He was backed into making that trade. And thank God the White Sox picked the players they did, because it looks like quite a nice deal for both sides right now. What was his next big move? Oh, he signed Alex Bregman. He went to McAdam and was like, we do not want to sign Alex Bregman in December. And then what happens? Cora every day, we're going to sign Alex Bregman. Don't worry about it, guys. He's going to come here. He's going to play second base. His best moves he's been forced to make against his will. That sounds like the last guy. Making great moves on the margins with these minor league trades and being forced into other deals that you don't necessarily want to do. That's the same as the last guy. I think the truth
is, with those other deals, though, when he was forced, it was Masataka Yoshida. It was Trevor Story. It doesn't look like you have that kind of albatross right now. Garrett Crochet looks like he's going to be a top 5 pitcher in this league for the next 5 years, right? Alex Bregman was an MVP candidate before he went down. Hell, you could go down the entire offseason list. Aroldis Chapman has been one of the best relievers in baseball. Justin Wilson. Like, Justin Wilson's been
a great deal.
There.
But was that as good as when Heim got Chris Martin?
Yeah, Chris Martin, really good deal. Yeah. Kenley Jansen even. Kenley
That's
Jansen
what I mean.
gave
Like,
you good stuff.
they're very much done the same thing.
Yeah, I think the one thing you really hold on, Craig at this point in time is the Chris Sale trade. That one didn't go well. That was a pretty big blow up.
That's one way to put it.
That one hit you, and Von Grissom's not doing much at AAA, so I don't think there should be any hope that he's going to give anything to this team moving forward either. But yeah, I think there's similarities in certain spots. In other spots, I don't know. I think for Craig Breslow, like where you are right now, the biggest L he's going to take this offseason is player communication. And I think it falls on Alex Cora as well. Because I think that Rafael Devers situation, it is going to be something we're talking about, sadly. Feels like through the end of the year. Even Alex Cora's media session pregame today. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Still having ongoing conversations. It's been 3.5 weeks.
Yeah,
what the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck? Like, and the fact that you won't even tell us. Tell us why he won't play third base. Why won't he play third base?
All right, so can we please talk about that? Put a pin in that for a second. Because Blue Moon was born in a ballpark at the Sandlot Brewery in Denver, Colorado, so it's no wonder why you crave it. Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience perfect year-round. And for moments that you want a lighter option of your favorite beer, reach for Blue Moon Light. It's a refreshing wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for a lighter, exceptional taste at only 95 calories. T, how many Blue Moon Lights are you going to have this weekend, buddy?
12 to 13. Whatever makes me forget the Red Sox.
Spread out over
playing.
the course of the day, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
Responsible 12 to 13.
Yeah, just a quick, responsible 12 to 13. Inspired by the beer you already love and available year-round, a wheat brew from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories, brightly brewed with real tangerine peel. It tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Speaking of light.
Suck one.
And suck one. Speaking of light, not to change the subject here because I really want to talk about this Raffy situation. I got in the mail today an invitation.
Oh, wow.
To Pat Light's wedding.
Fuck him.
That was inscribed on a bar of gold. It is, yeah. I mean, I was like, what did we order on Amazon that's so heavy? I open up the box. It is a bar of gold.
Okay.
That is a save the date for Pat Light's wedding.
Send you his own Monopoly board with real money in it. He said, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, it was, how much is a bar of gold worth?
Good chunk of change.
The value of a gold bar depends on its weight and current market price. A 1 ounce gold bar typically costs around $2,658.82. A 10 ounce bar around $26,000. Larger bars like the 400 ounce gold bar can be worth over $1 million. I think this one was more like a 1 kilogram bar, it felt like. And that is worth $85,481.06.
Yeah.
So I think I got the 85K one.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's just the save the date, right? Like when you do a save the date, you still send out an invitation after that. So God only knows what the fuck that's going to look like. You had a question, T?
Yeah, I think I got the $0 one.
Well, why would he invite you? He doesn't like you.
Me and Pat were bros. We had a connection when we did this pod together. The old
How do
pod.
you remember that?
What do you mean? How do I remember that? I remember being there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the watch party night.
That too. We bonded that night.
How do you remember that?
I remember going to the bar and grabbing the shot he bought for me. Everything else after that.
Which one?
The first one.
Uh-huh.
I don't know too much after that.
Yeah. Anyways.
Pat, you have a chance still. Putting that out there.
There a +1 on there?
I know you got me.
It was addressed to me and Train. So it wasn't even a +1. It was Jerry and Train. But it's also during the time where the cheer competition goes on. So if Train can't go, then I can bring Coley. What's he?
No,
he's
I-
known
dude.
Pat way longer.
I was just thinking how fun of a trip it would be for you guys when you were saying that. I
Yeah.
wasn't envisioning us like exploring New Jersey together or, doing anything like that.
Who said
Did
it
I
was in
say
New
it was
Jersey?
in New Jersey? Yeah.
Whoa, destination?
I mean,
Trying to dox the guy?
that's what I'm saying. You trying to wedding dox the
Is
guy?
it an island?
You trying to wedding dox him?
I don't know. It's Pat feels like an island guy.
I mean, $86,000 gold bar invitation.
Yeah, the Cayman Islands. Get that cash.
Yeah. He probably bought his own island to have his own wedding at.
Yeah. Yeah. One went up for sale recently.
Yeah. Why do you look confused, T?
Where's Steve?
What do you mean?
He left at Clean 40. You just now realize he's gone?
I didn't think he was being serious.
He's been gone ever since his timer hit 40.
This is allowed?
I mean, Steve doesn't show up to fucking anything. He's never untied in the 8th. He left this podcast early. He left section 10 night in like the first inning to go hang out with his family instead of meet the fans. Like, none of this should shock you. This is typical Steve behavior.
Hey
I'm
guys, got this
disappointed.
great news for all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, this news is going to be outstanding.
It's like Marcelo Meyer walking to the entire club. I was like, guys, great fucking news. Ro's like, we're getting promoted. He's like, I'm getting promoted.
Yeah. This is going to be
Look-
great for all of you guys.
Look for my car keys, champ. Yeah. This
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Roman, can you give me a ride to Fenway? I just got called up.
I'll let you look at it. You can honk when
Yeah.
you pass it.
hmm People be honking
Oh.
at Fenway, though.
I would love to know the percentage increase of honks since we talked about it.
I mean, it was already at least at like 100,000 a year, but
Couple 100,000.
yeah, that's got to be a couple 100,000 minimum.
But yeah, Devers banned from third per Alex Cora.
Okay, so the way that I interpreted the quotes today was that they won't even ask him about going back to, like, that's not even a consideration. Like, you'll go and piss this dude off asking him to DH, and then you'll piss him off even more asking him to play first base. Asking him to play his natural position, can't do it. Won't do it.
When you could get a guy in Masataka Yoshida or Roman Anthony,
He's
however you
not-
want to frame it.
You'll never see him again, Tim.
Ever.
If you're talking having professional hitters in your lineup, like that's at least a pathway to doing something like that. Say
You'll
what you will
never
about
see him
Yoshida,
again.
whether you believe him or not. It's a league average or slightly better bat. Like that, you would do wonders to have a bat like that in this lineup right now. That'd be, huge. You could use a number 6, 7 hitter.
Oh,
You'll
I-
never see him again.
I'm a
Tim.
big fan of Yoshida. He's clearly never coming back. And this is where I like completely agree with the Red Sox. If they put him back to third, they're never able to take him off again, ever again. Like he is stuck there. You saw how bad this was. If they have to revert back now, and he's also, as we already said in the show, the second best DH we've ever seen. Like he's tearing the cover off the fucking ball. He's been unbelievable. There's no way it makes any sense to put him back at third at all, especially if you plan on bringing Bregman back in the future, which I hope they do. He's been excellent.
You would just hope that the conversation and the line between that isn't that black
But
and white.
we know
Shouldn't
they
be.
can't talk to people. They're bad
and
at
that's
it.
and that's where you keep coming back to it. And that's where I look at someone like Alex Cora, man. I'm like, you've had a month, man. Like, there's no way you're getting through to this guy. Like, I'm watching Devers in the dugout today with his head down after the game ended, and like, we can't even find a middle ground of you maybe just taking grounders there and seeing what it looks like. The same thing for first base. But the fact that first base is still on the table. Like, it's not, oh, hey, you're a DH and you're not touching the field. It's, no, we're still basically begging and hoping he'll play first base, but he doesn't give a fuck to bend the knee for us yet. So, like, even that, you're putting the spotlight on Devers in that situation and saying, hey, everyone knows what we want. We're just waiting on him. I'm going to fucking... I just broke something.
I don't
It's
know.
like, what a
I don't-
shitty look.
I don't read it. And I know people are taking it exactly how you just said it. I understand that's how people are interpreting it. I still think he's always talking about Craig. And he's just like, Craig wants him to play first. Yeah, it's still a conversation. Like, he's not going to put him at first. Like,
So you don't think Cora wants him at first?
no, I think he said that. That's all he said. He, like, when it happened, he was like, I won't ask him. And then it came out and Craig asked him and Devers was like, why? I don't like that at all. That's what happened.
To me, at least what we heard throughout the offseason
Go
and
play
heading into the season
motherfucking
was
first,
very different.
motherfucker. Like, that's what he said.
A lot of the chatter was that Cora would be a believer in Devers at first base. So I've kind of been there on that.
Sure, he believed Bregman could play center and stuff too.
I believe, I believe when it came to Breslow asking, the reason Breslow ended up asking is because Cora didn't want to risk that relationship with him and Devers. It took weeks for them to get back on track during camp, to the point where Cora was calling him out to the media, saying he wants to go hit on the backfields. I told him too bad, he's going to go hit in games.
Yeah,
like
that was
that
DH.
relationship. But I think at this point in time, when that all played out in the beginning of May, that was leaving it to Breslow, the big boss, because Cora knew he had to maintain his relationship with Devers. And like, if they're going to get back to even maybe a place where he could convince him, it's going to take them working on that over the course of the year because of the damage that was done over the offseason.
I don't fundamentally believe Cora wants him at first. I think he likes having him at DH because it's
in a perfect world. Yeah.
It's worked and it's worked. It's been like the only thing that has worked on a consistent basis is him at DH. I don't think he cares about him playing first. I think I go back to when he wanted the GM job and the Red Sox were like, fuck no. And he has not cared about the opinions of either of the current or the previous GMs. He hasn't cared at all.
Well, Jared, would you agree the chatter was that Cora thought Devers could play first base? Was that not the chatter over the offseason? Even going back to the Ken Rosenthal article in August of last year.
I'm not talking about then. I agree with that. I'm saying this year, once he moved him to DH and it worked, I think he was like, fine. I'm not debating anything previously.
Okay.
For sure.
Then I think the conversation becomes the disconnect between Breslow and Cora,
I think that's
which
the whole
leads you to
conversation.
the Heim thing.
I think that's the whole
a fair
conversation
on it.
because
I don't see it that way, but
he made him,
I
hate doing this. He made him fly to Colorado to give him his deal. Why? Why? You were coming home right after that. Sorry, Jared.
I think Cora drastically underestimated how difficult it would be to have the conversation with Rafi about moving off third, DHing, or playing first base. I think Cora thought, no problem. You know, like, you haven't necessarily been good at this. And, you're signed to your long-term deal. You've already made your money. We're going to move you to first. We're going to move you to DH. And like, it is what it is. You just do what the team asks you to do. And I don't think, I'm sure that he probably thought it would be a conversation. I don't think he expected Rafi to be like, sure, coach, I'll do it. But certainly I don't think he thought it would be as difficult as it has been.
I mean, what was
and I think it wouldn't
thing,
eventually get there.
What was the first thing Cora said? Because Devers said when I signed my deal, they said I'd play third. And Cora immediately was like, that guy's long dead and having a better season than you.
Yeah.
I look at that, and when you do talk, I feel like the Fire Cora crowd is louder than they've ever been, and you can argue they have more ammunition than they ever have. Stuff like that, I think those are real things you mentioned, because that's supposed to be Cora's biggest strength as a manager, is knowing his players and knowing that stuff. And the fact that this is still hanging over the team 9-10 weeks into the season, that's a rough look. Like, even if you're trying to figure this out and what's happening with him moving forward, like, if he wasn't going to be willing to move to first, then shut the convo down. Don't let this be a topic that's going to sit out there and simmer day after day after day, because it just paints Devers into a bad corner. And he's not innocent in this either. You would hope that he was willing to bend to make things work for the team. But that's what it is. It's just bad all around. It's a shitty situation, and it doesn't feel like they're making it better, or at least trying to silence it.
Is it better for the team if he plays a corner, doesn't matter which one, as opposed to, if the whole point is getting Anthony up, just moving Rafaela to third, which I think we all agree would be better than Devers at third?
If you
just
move,
defensively,
just
because you just want Anthony. You just that's
it.
That's the whole crux of it. You want Anthony in left. You just need someone else to play third.
Yeah, it depends too, because if you're willing to put Roman at DH in this situation, you can keep Rafaela in center field a good amount of the time and rotate those guys through to figure it out. And like, to me, that's kind of the best of both worlds in that scenario.
But you could also just move Rafaela to center and put Sogard at third late in games.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Well, wait. In terms of if
Raphael is at third, just late in games, you sub Sogard in for whoever and put him at third and Raphael back in center. They did that plenty last year with Raphael going from short to center to close games.
But in this scenario, you're not worrying about Nick Sogard having to be involved. Or, you could play third base here where Rafael Devers is playing third base, Marcelo Myers at shortstop, Christian Campbell's at second or first, pick your poison, however you want to do it.
Sure, but the defense is inarguably better if Sogard's at third at all over Devers or anyone.
At that point, though, you're arguing the impact of having Ceddanne Rafaela in center field regularly.
No, I'm talking to your conversation about like you want Devers out of DH to bring up Anthony or Yoshida.
Yep.
But Anthony, obviously, because Yoshida doesn't exist anymore. He's not a person.
Yeah. In a perfect world, I'd move Rafaela, to a strict bench role. I'd have Duran in center, Anthony in left, and then Yoshida at DH and Devers at third.
Yeah, I think that's a worse team than Rafaela in the field and Devers at DH. Because Devers is also just a better DH than Yoshida. Even if I think Yoshida's bat's good, Devers is clearly better than anything he's shown.
But I think you're getting more potential middle of the order guys in there with having someone like Yoshida and Roman Anthony and Devers all in simultaneously instead of basically saying Yoshida, go fuck off.
Either way, it's like we both agree Story's not out there and Hamilton's probably at second. So that's where it's like I don't necessarily need Yoshida if all those things plus Anthony are happening.
And that muddies the water because until you know how they're going to handle the Trevor Story timeline, it's hard to start mixing and matching a lot of these pieces, at least in the infield and the outfield.
It's crazy, right?
Because if you get rid of Trevor Story, right, like then Ceddanne Rafaela to the infield, I think becomes a real possibility. Yeah. And even in that situation, you could say, Devers, do you want to go play first? We'll put Rafaela and mix and match at third with Meyer at short and Campbell at second.
But I do think Campbell has, like, pick one of the two. If it's second, great. They obviously like David Hamilton a lot. And I don't dislike David Hamilton. I do agree that he's better when he plays more often. He clearly isn't good once a week. Like he just, his bat's bad if he plays once a week. He's better when he plays more. If that's your everyday second baseman, Campbell's your everyday first baseman, Myers your everyday shortstop. Like I think you're a better team immediately. Not like a world beater, but I think you're a better team than what they've been.
Like, yeah, where they are right now.
Yeah.
Like post Bregman injury.
And then after the 6th or whatever the fuck it is in June, you pull Anthony up and then you can put Rafael at third.
Yeah, it's a pathway. It's definitely a pathway. At that point to me, it's just with Christian Campbell, it's like, I would prefer not to force him into that first base situation if I did not have to.
Sure. I said it on Tied in the 8th today, and they're obviously not going to do it since they're starting him this weekend in Atlanta. I would send him down for 2 weeks, let him play first in Worcester, and then pull him back up because I think it's a terrible idea. I didn't even know the detail you said where the coaches are just going to be shouting instructions at him all game.
Yeah.
It's an awful
I was
idea.
reading that today.
There's going to be someone on the top step. They were there today.
That's awful.
Yeah, they were there today.
That's so dumb. Did they do that with Schwarber?
They had
to my knowledge. I don't recall that.
I don't remember that.
There's just no way mid-play you can tell a guy like wrong relay spot. Like he's not gonna hear you. Like by the time he looks and turns or computes it, the ball is gonna be going towards home plate.
He's gonna be like looking backwards at the dugout trying to catch the ball. It's not like send him down to Worcester for 2 weeks. Let him get his mind right. Let him try this every day. Pull him back up. He's your everyday first baseman. Like we agree, it's a developmental year. You should be doing that.
Steve's back.
I don't know. Nope.
He's not back. He's just all right. He's just hanging, I guess.
All-time bad bit. I'm sorry. All-time bad bit, Steve. I'm out on this one. I am so out on this one. This is not coming with good intentions. This isn't. You're enjoying the hell out of just chilling. Yeah, see? I see it. I respect it.
You just said it was an all-time bad bit.
All-time bad bit. I respect the hustle to do this, but this is bad.
The hustle.
I feel like if someone else did this, Steve would be mad at them. That's my take. Yes.
Maybe.
I don't know if I disagree fully.
I don't know. That's Steve is the last person that should be the fucking attendance police. See? How about Mac Weldon, T?
You said it, not me.
What?
Did you watch his brain there? He was like, what number prospect is Mac Weldon?
I legit, that is exactly what my brain just did.
That is crazy.
He's like, where is he? Salem? Fuck.
Never changed.
No, the truth is, the weather in Massachusetts right now is very up and down. One day you wake up and it's 40 degrees. You have to wear jeans. You have to wear pants. The next day you wake up and it's like 70 degrees and you kind of have to wear shorts and maybe a thin t-shirt. 1 minute you're sweating through your shirt. The next you're wishing you bought that jacket. Right. Especially when you're out and about getting things done in the yard and generally spending more time outside. Fortunately, Mack Weldon has everything you need to stay cool, comfortable, and stylish, regardless of the temperature. Their new Tech line combines the easy charm of classic linen with Coolmax technology to help you.
Never seen linen before?
Nope, that's a new word for me. To help you look and feel your best all season long. Explore polos, sweaters, hoodies, and more at MackWeldon.com and get 25% off your first order with code SECTION10. I've gotten a bunch of Mack Weldon pieces the last couple of weeks or so. The new tech linen items, my favorite things about them, it's the fit and style. I can go out there, I can wear whatever. I don't feel like it's clinging to my body or showing off my unsexy shape. If anything, I think it makes me a little curvy and look really nice. So I've been trying to wear them to work as much as possible because I like to make all my male coworkers gaze at me and think I'm better looking than I actually am. Jared, you would know about that. You were at the Sports Hub today, weren't you?
I was, yes.
Looking confident doesn't have to mean calling attention to your clothes either. Mack Weldon balances classic pieces with updated details to keep you looking sharp. They're not flashy, just classic, always in style, and made from the world's most comfortable performance materials. Mack Weldon clothes are designed to fit your style and the modern demands of life. They look like regular clothes so you don't stick out and look weird in public. Listen, I'm someone who draws attention to me no matter what. So I want to blend into the crowd. I don't want to stand out and people to be pointing at me and saying, look at that freak over there. No, they're pointing at me and saying, damn, he looks normal and good. That's not something people say about Tyler Milliken all the time. So give your closet a breath of fresh air for spring. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 25% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code SECTION10.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job, T.
I'm growing.
But yeah, and this team's got big problems. This team's got big problems. The defense, the base running, the drama.
I make a list of dumb things they do now. That's one of my favorite things.
Rattle it off, T.
Yeah, if you want to just talk today, the Ceddanne Rafaela base running mistake, which all-time bad, just never seeing that Connor Wong got stopped and just standing at third base. Horrendous. Abreu had a ball. He bobbled in third or in right field in this game. David Hamilton got picked off and got lucky on that steal into second base. He should have been out with anything that resembled a decent throw. And then the play in the 10th inning. First off, Nick Sogard, what are you doing fielding that ball? Christian Campbell was directly behind him. Number two, Justin Slayton not covering the bag. And credit to him, he took all the blame after the game. Very, for a young guy, you don't see that kind of thing very often. And he said, 100% on me, nothing more to it. And then you had the Jarren Duran error, which ended up costing you in a massive way in this game, where he dropped that ball and he made a nice grab later. Actually, two nice grabs. But man, they just do so many dumb things regularly. And, Rafaela had a ball he botched in the second game that they luckily didn't have that run come around and score. But I don't know. It's getting old. I think when you start to highlight a lot of that stuff and you talk about the questionable managerial decisions, and I think they get a spotlight on them as well. Carlos Narvaez being pinch ran for in game one, and ultimately Connor Wong having to hit in that spot. Brutal decision. You got to realize who's hitting 3 and 4 in your lineup.
Bases loaded. Here comes fucking now batting the catcher, number 12, Connor Wong.
Trevor McGill did not give a fuck. He was pumping heat by him.
I mean,
no fear.
I thought Peralta today was got the wrong scouting report with how
Me
much
too,
he was trying
seriously.
He was trying to spot pitches. I was like, dude, just throw it over the plate. Nothing.
Yeah.
Ceddanne Rafaela. I'm like, what the fuck is do you know who this guy is? Have you seen anything? Did they tell you who he was?
I saw Rafael. I understand the frustration with Rafael. A lot of it is because Roman Anthony's an outfielder. I get it. Like, I have a hard time coming out of this series and being like, fuck the guy who scored like most of their runs. Like, it's hard for me to be mad at that guy. Like, he's the 9 hitter. The rest of the team needs to be better. I can't get that mad at the 9.
Are you really going to give him credit for scoring on a pass ball that went to
He
the
got on
backstop?
base. No one else was even getting on base. He created that whole run by himself.
Put it this way. If the Red Sox won that middle game, I would have been mad because it's like, you did not deserve to win that game.
No.
Your starter went 3 innings, no fault of his own. It was by design.
Right.
You didn't have a single RBI in the game.
No.
It
was pathetic.
I don't know, man.
That's where it's like he got on base, a thing he hadn't been doing. So yeah, I can for sure give him credit for that. Today he's working counts, hitting home runs.
My Twitter drafts is just a graveyard of gold bottles tweets from games the Red Sox didn't go on to win.
To think in game 2, that 10th inning, the fact that they didn't get a fucking run across is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. 1st and 3rd and no outs, and you don't get a fucking run. And part of it was Rafaela's shit at bat, 4 pitches.
Oh,
done.
yeah. I mean, him and Durant had the exact same at bat. They had 8 pitches between them.
Horrendous. And then, Devers flies out, whatever it may be. But like situations like that are just the stuff that you kind of look at and say, man, like it's hard to have hopes for this team.
Was Devers the first pitch too?
I think he saw 2 or 3. I could be wrong.
It was the first to say they were all largely not non-competitive at bats.
I thought even in the 5th inning of that game, Trevor Story bunted today. Crazy. I didn't think that was fucking possible. Insane, right? Cora's talking about playing small ball and the things he saw with the Brewers and how they're really good at those things. Marcelo Meyer, leadoff double in the 5th inning. Trevor Story comes up. It didn't help that all 4 at bats, someone was on base yesterday for Trevor Story, and he couldn't do anything with it. Why not lay the bunt down and get Meyer to 3rd instead of him feeling like he needs to do something? He tags up on a ball to right field, gets fucking dotted, doesn't know who's playing right field, clearly. But like, and he's a rookie. I'm not beating up on him for it because listen, that's what's going to happen when you have these young guys there. Yeah. Trevor Story, put the fucking bat down. Put the bunt sign down. Why are you even trying to do something in that spot? And like, that's another moment where, yeah, I'm going to criticize you because they're fine doing it today. Why couldn't you do it yesterday? It's the same lineup. You're still just as weak as you were 24 hours ago. And then you have the Bayo thing today, which you can argue too. And I'm just saying this. I'm not a fire Cora guy personally, but when you do talk some of the managerial stuff, it gets highlighted when a team is struggling like they are. And then you look at a lot of the dumb mistakes continuing to exist out here. The Devers miscommunication. I do think there's more of a case than there's ever been for people to push back against Alex Cora. And I do think it's something that should be mentioned or talked about. I don't think it should be like it was coming into this year, where if you kind of mentioned Cora and some of these deficiencies, people looked at you and were like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't think it's been a great year for Alex Cora. And I think he'd say that himself right now. And some people may point to what happened coming from 23 to 24. Like, people are trying to divide it up. I see like, he showed up in 2018, loaded team, got fucking lucky. Shut up. You didn't watch the playoff run if you believe that. 2021, what he did was incredible with that team. But if you're looking, maybe Alex Cora is a different guy than the one that got rehired here. In 2023, he went through that big personal change where he realized the game was weighing a little too heavily on him, made him get fat. He wasn't taking care of himself. He felt like he wasn't being a good person.
Easy.
He said this himself.
It's different than you saying it.
No, I'm a fat guy. I can say it. But I think those are where some people
he wants to hear it from.
Credit to him. He lost the weight. But, are people looking for maybe where Cora changed, or was there a shift or something like that? Like, I do think those are fair conversations when this many things are going wrong with the team on multiple different fronts.
That's why I keep bringing up set a standard. I don't care who
exactly
does it, but set a standard, because there isn't one. You can't ask Campbell to play 9 positions. You're afraid to talk to other guys. Like, as much as I agree with Rafa, you can't do that. You can't just trot Trevor Story out there every day, but you banish Masataka Yoshida to the shadow realm. Like, you can't be. I understand each guy needs to be treated differently, but if they're so vastly different and there's no just standard across the board, standard of what's acceptable, I don't blame them for them not being connected. I don't blame them for being like, well, if I don't turn it around, this guy's just going to replace me. Like, it's a shit situation. They're incapable of talking about things like adults, and it's just going to keep getting worse before it gets better. Like, that's where it's like, I don't know that Anthony solves anything. It's just selfish. We want to watch him up here, which is fine. Yeah, but it's not a cure for anything.
And it's also messaging at times. Like I felt like Cora today versus Cora yesterday. Like what a weird changing of tune. Like yesterday, you're telling me you're playing good baseball and like you guys are doing things right when you've lost 4 in a row in a year where you're trying to compete to actually win something. I'm sorry. Like that's not the message the players in the clubhouse are giving. Because I hear Rob Refsnyder come out and say, we fucking suck. Like we blow. We're not doing shit right. Like none of this is okay with us. And you're like, a lot of people resonated with that. It's like, all right, that's some of the shit we've been looking to hear. And then you get Cora today who's like, yeah, we played bad baseball. It's like, you've been playing bad baseball for a fucking week. Like, I don't know what you tried to tell me 24 hours ago. Fair, very fair. What you told me 24 hours ago where, hey, it's a good baseball game. I'll leave that to other people. Sometimes it's just like, guys, you scored fucking 5 runs in 4 games. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, and I'm not telling you have to go nuts post game or throw a chair or do something like that, but it's certain stuff like that where it's like, where's the messaging? Where's the urgency? Because it feels like urgency in this organization right now is not at the forefront when it should be in a year where you're trying to actually win.
Yeah. And honestly, when my whole take on the Rob Refsnyder rant thing, which I don't know if everyone listening has heard it or seen it, but the gist of it is, we suck and, we just got to be better and yada, yada, yada. I can respect and appreciate a guy standing up and saying that, but me as a consumer, like a 162 guy, if it's not that it falls on deaf ears, I think I'm just kind of tired of hearing we have to be better because I've been hearing that for 4 years. We just got to be better. We just got to be better. Well, when are you going to be better? Because, when is the patience going to be rewarded when I have to sit down and watch this fucking team every single night, keep making mistakes, mental mistakes, physical mistakes, not being able to hit situationally, not having any approach with runners in scoring position, 2 outs, 2 strikes, none of that. Nothing ever changes. It's the same team that I keep watching year over year. And I go back to this year being extra frustrating because in the offseason, you got your ace and then you paid your ace. You signed Alex Bregman. You got a closer. I know that at the time, and maybe you still feel this way with Chapman, it was like, oh, fuck this guy, but he's been great. He just blew his first save in this series. So it's like, you had all these things that you had to address and then you address them and you're still just as mediocre, if not worse than you were last year. Like, how do you go out and have the offseason that you just had where it's like, man, we got this fucking
Your shortstop's
stud.
healthy.
Like, yeah, Trevor Story's healthy. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. And you call up Meyer and Christian Campbell makes the opening day roster. It's like the team had a different look, but the team did not have a different identity. Which is just, I don't know. I don't know how you explain away that. How do you have a completely different look, but still encapsulate the same identity that you've had for the last 3 years prior? That's what I don't get. That's what's extra frustrating for me. I think it would be much more. I think I would have been pissed in spring training if they kind of just were like, let's run it back with the same 500 team. I would have been like, why would we do that? That doesn't seem like a good idea. But if I was watching the team's performance to this point and it was the same team as last year, I'd be like, well, that makes sense. It's the same team that did this last year. So why would we expect different results? But it's not the same team as last year. You upgraded considerably. And I know that Alex Bregman's going to be gone for a while, but he's only been gone for 6 games. Like the season, I don't want to say it's gone to shit, but it's kind of gone to shit in the 6 games that Bregman's been gone. So that's why it's just, I don't know, it's very deflating, depressing to just sit here another year where I can't even say it's another year with promise because those past years, I didn't fall for that shit. Like, oh, we lead the league in vibes. Like, okay, can you lead the league in fucking OPS? I don't know. Like, let's do something like that. Yeah, I didn't fall for that shit. So my expectations were not high. I feel stupid for believing in this team because it's not different. I feel stupid for coming into this year being like, yep, playoffs, but where? What is it? Is it a division title? Like, where in the wild card are they going to finish? I didn't even consider that this could happen. And here we are.
I think because we looked at the coaching staff and I think this is where you look at other guys. And this is why I have a hard time throwing it all on Alex Cora. But some people might argue if there's blame to go everywhere, it has to go to the person who's at the top of the dugout, right? But Andrew Bailey, like I never thought that he wouldn't be able to get Brian Bayo or Tanner Houck to be, pitchers, big league pitchers. And Brian Bayo was better today. I'm not trying to shit on him. Tanner Houck, to the point of having to have a phantom IL injury. That was the guy you thought was going to be your number 2 starter this year. And like the fact that he can't give you anything at this point in time, and you're wondering if he's even a big league pitcher, that's terrifying. Like you talk even Pete Fatsy on the hitting side, right? Like, yeah, 6th in runs, 10th in batting average, 10th in OBP, 5th in slugging, 5th in OPS, 3rd in Ks. They lead all of baseball with runners in scoring position and strikeouts. 14th in OPS, 25th in runs scored in those situations. So like it feels like there's blame to go around everywhere. Hell, Flores in the defense, right? Like the defense, inconsistent. Had a good run for a bit there where things were kind of where they needed to be. But now it seems like they're going right where they were when Trevor Story went down and the defense falls on its face. It just feels like there's a lot of underperformance, and there's blame for the players too. There's a lot of guys where you just should be better than that. And I think that's the hard part of this conversation. To fail as miserably as they are, a lot of things have had to go wrong across the board.
It's the Gordon Hayward Celtics. It's the same picture. You had too many mouths to feed. You had guys playing minutes they didn't deserve because of contracts they had signed. And it breeds contempt throughout. I mean, Brad Stevens never coached again. He's just moved to the front office. And I think anyone who watched the Celtics would agree Brad Stevens was a hell of a coach. And he's been a better GM. And I don't know that Cora doesn't want to be the GM of the Red Sox. And
that would be my question. I think that is a great question because, Jared, I don't know if you've ever confirmed it or not. If he was offered the position or whatever it may be, or
if he was offered the position, he would be the GM right now.
Perfect way to frame it. And I think that's the other half of this when people are talking about firing Cora. Like, he signed that extension. He's 2 months into it. Like, do you think they treat him like a son? Do you think he's going to be the first sacrificial lamb? No, it'll be probably Pete Fatsy because Bailey and Breslow are connected at the hip.
Yeah.
You're just connecting things.
And like the pitching staff wasn't really the issue this series. Like it's always something new. And obviously like
Exactly.
Liam Hendricks, I appreciate Liam Hendricks. He's had a long career. He obviously has had some shitty hands dealt to him off the field that he's dealt with. I just, you can't be like, you got to throw me more and then give up an absolute saucer of grand slam and extras, dude. Like you can't do that. You just can't do that. Like you can say all you want. Like I should be better than that. Yeah, you should. Like, or shut the fuck up and pitch. Like either or.
His stuff's down 3 miles per hour. Good fucking luck.
Yeah, he's done.
It's over.
He's done. Like DFA these. This is my biggest thing coming into the season. Do not let these bullpen arms who do not contribute just hang around all year.
It goes beyond that, Cole. It's like if someone is not contributing, and I think the whole world sees this individual is washed. Like this guy just doesn't have it the way that he did before. The leashes are too long around here.
Way too long.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Way too long.
Well, and I think that's why, like, whether tomorrow's going to be just Roman Anthony or is it going to be the first time someone gets popped?
What do you think it's going to be, T?
I think it'll be Roman Anthony.
someone?
You think they're going to shoot somebody?
I'm not against the firing at this point in time. I think Pete Fatsy's fine at his job. I don't think he wows me. He's never impressed me. I've never looked at him as some guru or anything like that. And I just don't think the chances of Bailey, being let go at this point in time are even a possibility.
I think
So
Bailey.
you're telling me what you don't think is going to happen. What do you think is going to happen?
I think it'll just be Roman Anthony called up. And I bet maybe a Hendricks DFA.
Yeah, because he's not on the 40. They'd have to get rid of somebody.
Yeah. And you DFA Hendricks and they say, hey, we gave you a chance.
Hey.
There's nothing there. Like, see you later.
How
I don't know. Do you guys think someone gets fired tomorrow?
No. I wasn't taking what he said as a firing. I was thinking DFA of someone who makes more money than Liam Hendricks.
Just the way Cora
Yeah,
talked
me
about
too.
Trevor Story today didn't come off like this guy's on the verge again out the door. I wish.
I'm not convinced that Thursday is Roman Anthony Day. I could be wrong. I feel like they want to do that as like a ta-da, not like a slamming the panic button, emergency, unleash Roman Anthony because the season's going to shit. I think that if you got the number one prospect in baseball, I don't know that the Red Sox want to unleash him during a 5-game losing streak. It
And
just
do it
you
at home.
can't sit there and say we're not trying to make him the savior of the season and then debut him during a 5-game losing streak after you just got walked off twice. They don't line up. They don't align. So it's quite hypocritical to do that.
I called them, I wish they were a sponsor today, but I know they'll be back. I called them Game Time Team right now because people were saying, like, I have tickets to these next 2 games in Milwaukee. Why the fuck would I want to go at this point? And I was like, they're a Game Time team. When you see Crochet's pitching, you go on Game Time, you get your tickets and you go that day. And then the Roman Anthony debut is when you'd want them. If they want to give that to the Braves before June 6th, like how many mistakes can they make with one guy?
That's kind of like tradition, though, that you have guys debut on the road.
Meyer didn't.
That was an emergency, though. That was an injury.
But the injury happened before game 1, and they brought him up for game 2.
Well, I think Cora made some kind of veiled comments, too, being like, wish we had that guy, like, as soon as we possibly needed him.
Agreed.
You know? Cora's definitely not held back, and he's going back into his demon mode where he used to make these veiled shots at Heim.
Yes.
And now he's starting to do it with Breslow now, too.
Which is, if that starts to happen, and like the major criticism I had of Cora during the Heim era, he starts doing shit like this again, man, your organization's fucked. You're not going anywhere if he's going to start doing this.
I think it's much different now, only because Heim wasn't actively trying to replace him with another coach in the organization. Like Bailey, Breslow likely is with Bailey.
I think Cora just believes when Breslow's time has come, he wants the job for himself.
Sure, and I also think they're kind of fighting against each other. I think much like a lot of these position players right now, you have the GM and the coach fighting each other over their jobs. And I think it's very unhealthy if it's rotten at the top, it's not going to be better at the bottom.
I'd be extremely disappointed. We know who wins that battle. Like,
I agree, and I'm fine.
Fire Cora people. If someone's got to go, it's Cora's going to win that battle too.
Yeah,
and if he ends up moving into the front office, it's like you might remove him from manager, but you're not getting him. Like the Red Sox would rather have Alex Cora be the face of their front office than Breslow.
It also will have to be him because no one wanted the job last time around. And
right.
I just also don't. If you wanted this, why didn't you just do it this last cycle?
I'm not saying that they wanted it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they wanted
it. I think that's a he thing.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying Cora wants that, not John Henry.
Yeah, he was openly campaigning for.
No, that's all I was clarifying.
Yeah, no, so what Jared said, if it had been offered to him, it clearly wasn't offered to him. And now it's going to be a job. It's going to be me versus Cora for the job. Who else is going to want that job?
I think you should take it, Coley.
I would, because I think me and Cora would get along swimmingly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, if Cora is willing to do some of this stuff again, say what you will about Craig Breslow, he got you the guy you wanted. That's a tough one for me, man. That's a real tough one for me.
Did he get you the guy that he wanted, or did he finally cave to the peer pressure?
He got you the guy, whatever way it played out. He got you the guy.
Did he?
Yes, he got you the guy, and he got him on a great fucking
I think
contract.
John Henry and Alex Cora got the guy.
I agree.
I think Craig Breslow was willing to do it for 2 to 3 years. I don't think he was willing to do it for 5 or 6.
I don't think he'd want.
Of course, but he still got the guy. Like, John Henry got the guy.
You got to put the money on the table,
going from like a 30 million AAV to a 40. That's what got the guy. It wasn't Craig Breslow being like, all right, sure, I'll sign him. It was John Henry being like, yes, I'll bump it up to 40.
So you don't think Craig Breslow wanted him at all?
He said
I think he could. It was like a take it or leave it type deal. Yeah.
Well, even in the Sean McAdam report, initially it was they didn't want him for 5 or 6 years. That was the issue. It wasn't.
I'm sure that was a universal opinion. Yes.
It was the front office and the coaches aren't aligned on whether or not they want the player.
Yeah, and Breslow's concern was the long-term nature of the deal.
I think it was more than, I think he said that, but we know what he said about Roman Anthony today. Like, I think he gives reasons. I don't think he can come out and say, like, I don't want what the manager's player doesn't fit with my plan here.
I felt like we gave Breslow a lot of credit at that time, along with John Henry. He was part of it, so I'm not working to take that back. I think he's deserved credit for getting that done.
Credit John Henry on that.
I think we gave credit to Breslow too, that podcast as well, though.
We did.
I'm sure it was.
He played the
given.
market right because hell, if he fucking traded for Nolan Arenado, this team would be in way worse shape than they are right now.
Would they?
Arenado sucks.
He plays
Whoa.
third.
The
Good for him.
Cardinals, Yeah. he
Good for
does.
him with his 96 OPS plus. Retirement is calling, my friend.
We don't have anyone over there.
Relax. Yeah, I was gonna say like Nolan, and this is not revisionist history. I'm glad we signed Alex Bregman. But Nolan was saying, I'll play third, I'll play first, I'll
Right.
DH.
'Cause he knew he
whatever
couldn't
you
hit
want me to
anymore.
I'll do it. What?
Because he knew he couldn't hit anymore.
I mean,
That's
not-
96
Get me the fuck
OPS
out.
plus
True.
would be our 4-hitter right now. T.
Yeah.
I won't
Like
argue. that one.
we've got Sadan Rafaela and Trevor Story combining for a 32 OPS
Yeah.
plus, and
We would kill
you're,
for
you're gonna
that right now.
poo-poo Nolan's
For that money?
96.
No, thank you.
It wasn't going to be
I-
that though. We know that was getting paid down, so that's where it falls
Partially.
apart. Yeah,
Partially.
big time.
But even still, I don't
I
need
would still
Nolan
go get
Arenado
him
with the
now.
96.
That's what I've been
Oh.
wanting to say. I'd still go get him right now. I think. He
Well, now
fixes
the
a lot of
Cardinals are-
issues.
They're
know.
the best team in the National League. So
I know you
the
have no
Heim effect.
leverage. You won't get
No,
Herrera
really
thrown
for
in for damn sure.
I had Ivan Herrera mocked up in Red Sox lineups. I had already seen 2-3 years of his career in my head in Boston.
And it looks exactly like Narvaez. We just would have had two of them.
Yeah.
I sneaky think
Yeah.
if I were to DFA one player tomorrow,
Connor
just
Wong.
if I could only do one, yes,
Stop.
Connor Wong.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
You
He
have
would
to
not
get
be
rid of
the
that guy.
Say,
You
Hey.
have to get rid of the Mookie guys. All of them. All of them. Jared.
the only reason why they haven't DFA'd Connor Wong is
Uh-huh.
because the Red Sox are going so bad right now that they don't want the discourse to go from this team sucks, they're not making the playoffs, to this is the finality of the Mookie Betts trade is finally closed. We can evaluate it now, and what a dud that was. Like, it'll bring up Mookie Betts discourse immediately when they DFA Connor Wong, and that's why he's still here.
I don't think Connor. I think Connor Wong is a fine backup catcher. I would
He's
never
not.
want him as my starting catcher.
He's
He's had a bad year.
Awful.
There's no
He's
doubt. It's been a bad year.
Awful.
It's
But you're-
more what he
you
represents.
saw what Which is fair. But you remember what Blake Sable did when he came up here? What that looked like?
Give me
Also
Grandal.
awful.
Give me Grandal.
Sure. Another guy who's old and is having a hard time with
Fine
pop
with
times
it.
and getting up.
Narvaez, I want Narvaez playing 75% of the time.
I agree.
So it
Connor
doesn't
Wong
matter. I
is-
don't care who
I'm
the
fine
backup
with
is.
Connor Wong as my backup. It
It's not,
doesn't
it's
excite me.
what
It doesn't
he
make me go nuts.
represents.
His defensive metrics have improved enough this year. If his metrics were bad behind the plate, I tell him to go fuck himself.
Go
The
fuck
bat,
yourself.
He's better than what it is so
They could be the
far. He's
best.
not as bad as
No.
it's been.
It's
No,
not
he's
that
out.
he's bad, like, and he is, but it has nothing to do with that.
He's just what he is. He's a
It's
backup
Kate-
catcher.
It's what he represents. I know Lou always
He
says,
can't
people
still
want there to
hang
be a curse.
around. He can't hang around just sucking like this so that everyone's like, this is what we got from Mookie.
Who cares? Move on.
And people
I-
will-
Like, oh,
I might
people,
trade
how,
Ro-
how can we
Mookie
move on when
tomorrow.
Wet Fart Wong is still
if
crouching
you're
down
sitting
behind
there
home plate.
and the guys in that clubhouse are like, man, we suck because Connor Wong's here from the Mookie Betts trade. Kill them all.
It's
Get them
the-
all out.
T,
Start from
baseball
scratch.
is a curse sport. It is what it
Mhm.
is. Like I
Yeah.
know you can't see it on Savant. I know there's no curse plus weighted curses created.
Actually.
Yeah. So I understand, but it's real. Fuck. It's real. Damn it. Too many buckets today. You
Connor
gotta-
Wong is stunk this year,
I'm
offensively
calling-
especially.
I'm calling the Dodgers and asking how much for Mookie, and I'm overpaying Roman and Meyer and Campbell for Mookie.
Are you making the deal for Xander as well? Is that that's a Duran deal?
No, I mean, I do genuinely think, and he's had a tough start to the year because he hasn't been traded yet. I do think Luis Arias is what this lineup needs. They need a guy who does not
because he
strike
hasn't
out.
been traded yet.
He always goes better when he gets traded. Always. There's always a bump.
Oh, you don't, Coley, you don't want Luis Arias.
What does this team need? They need a guy who does not strike out, puts the ball in play. He struck out 8 times this year, Jared.
Can we be
I
honest?
understand that, but like his
And he plays
value
first.
is not well.
We don't have anyone playing first.
He's like a rich
That's
man's
fine.
Yoshida.
Agreed.
But
yes.
with no pop.
So what?
Yeah, that's the difference. He hits like 3-4 home runs a year. Yoshida may hit 290 instead of 315.
Yeah, we
And
need
he'll
a
pop
guy
12.
who doesn't just go up there and
This is-
swing and
this
miss.
This is an awful take, Coley. I
How?
can't Because
is where
he's an
Steve's right
awful
about
first
batting
baseman.
That's all we have
No.
is awful first baseman. And he's a free agent at the end of the year. You're not signing up for him for 10 years.
He's awful at first base, and all he does is hit singles.
What does he do,
He
T?
does.
He hit singles.
He gets on base. You were supposed to say he gets on base. You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
you
a
blew that.
368 OBP, but he hits 320. So, like, what's that walk rate look like?
He doesn't
Not
walk either.
good.
He doesn't strike out. He doesn't walk. He puts the ball in play.
Oh, I
at
thought
bat.
you were saying get on base like that.
There's
was
a reason why.
Yeah, his walk
he's on
rate's
a-
like
He's on
4%.
2 teams.
Yes, he
a
doesn't
year.
walk. He gets the ball into play. And I agree.
I think
yeah,
you
they
get
trade
this
him.
out
He
of
wins
Yoshida.
batting title every year. But Yoshida can't play first.
Can Luis Ariz?
He does.
No.
For a team that for a team the Padres call or for the team the Dodgers called the best team they played last year. That's the team he played first for.
Yoshida's 2 inches shorter than Ariz. Is that correct?
And way
he's
less burly.
He's negative 7 outs above average already this year.
I'm
Holy
sure he
fucking
is.
shit.
We get that with Casas every year. No difference.
Oh God. Well, they hate Casas.
Sure.
Yeah, Yoshida's 5'8". Fuck, man. Someone needs to stretch him out.
Jeez.
Ayo.
Pause.
Damn. Someone needs to blow his back out, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the one for me.
Yeah. How about Ridge wallets? I know I got one.
Oh,
I know
me too.
Coley's got one. Yeah. Coley's always rocking the Ridge.
Mhm. Mhm.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, we got to get one in the hands of T, though. That's the thing.
I need one.
You
He needs-
honestly do.
He
You really
just needs
do.
the AirTag attachment so he doesn't lose it anymore. Or when he does lose it, he can go retrieve it.
But like, if you think about it,
Uh-huh.
T is the perfect target demo for a Ridge wallet because not only does it have the AirTag on it, but its unique, slim, and modern design holds up to 12 cards. So he's got he's got like 10.99 gift cards. He can stay strapped, still
Mhm.
have his debit card, still have his credit card, and he can still hold up to 10.99 gift cards. with
I've
a Ridge
actually
wallet.
needed a wallet because I've started carrying around a couple Pokemon cards with me to cheer me up when
Okay.
I'm like going through a hard time or looking for something.
Yeah.
To cheer me up.
Yeah.
So yes, I need more room for cards.
Well, there you go. It's
What
made
cards
with
do you?
premium-
What Pokemon cards do you carry? T?
I carry an Umbreon around because it reminds
Okay.
me of when Bullet died because I was pretending Bullet was Umbreon and we were
Mhm.
outside. He was my Pokemon. I
Got
was
it.
his Pokemon master.
Yeah.
And then he killed himself.
Well, made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, and carbon fiber, over 50 plus colors and styles to choose from. All Ridge products have a lifetime warranty. This is literally the last wallet that you're ever going to need. Does it give you peace of mind knowing that all Ridge wallets have RFID blocking technology? That's the other thing too, T. You're very scammable. You're a very scammable person.
Mhm.
Keeping you safe from digital pickpocketers. Over 100,000 5-star reviews. That is perfect. Losing your wallet's the worst. T knows that better than everyone because, this is a dude that he's left it here. He's left it everywhere. He's left it on top of his car. He's left it everywhere. But with the Ridge AirTag attachment, you'll always know exactly where your wallet is. Ridge isn't just about wallets. They create premium everyday carry essentials like key cases, suitcases, and rings, all built with the same sleek, durable design. No matter what you pick, Ridge has free shipping, a 99-day risk-free trial, and a lifetime warranty, all in their products. Right now, just in time for Father's Day. This is actually a great idea for Father's Day. Ridge is having a huge sale. Get up to 40% off your order at ridge.com/section10. Just head to ridge, RIDGE.com/section10 to find the perfect gift for dad or yourself. And when you check out, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support Section 10 and be like, the 10 sent me here. We appreciate you guys. Okay, you want to rip these voicemails?
Yeah,
Is that
there's
a
the
yes?
energy, Steve. Look at him. He's cheering us on.
Yeah, woo. Yeah, this Steve bit is really landing with the fucking Spotify audience.
I said I was going to come back for voicemails and weather, so I'm back.
Okay.
Hi, Steve.
What's up?
I welcome you.
I don't fully agree to it. I didn't know we were going over 2
If
today.
someone
so
else pulled this bit, you'd be like, "What the fuck you doing, dude? What the fuck you doing?"
No,
That's
I would
exactly
not
what
blame
you'd
anyone
say.
for any bit right now. That's how annoying that series was. I will say, T, there was a lot of things you said that I wanted to say something to so bad.
sorry.
The boys had it though. They had the
There
right
was
reactions.
there was nothing stopping you from saying something.
No, I know. I was trying to write out a bit that's just C plus at best. Over to Jerry.
You committed to it. That's the most important thing.
I know. Well, kid said I wouldn't do it, so I had to prove Anthony on Twitter wrong. But whatever.
Take that, Anthony, you stupid fuck.
Yeah, you fucking dick.
I'll hang up and listen.
Okay.
That was it.
Facts.
This team is about to go on an unbelievable run. This is where the Boston Red Sox are about to turn this thing around. Roman Anthony's coming up, and everybody's about to get hot. I'm blaming everything on Steve.
Okay.
Was that it?
All right.
I'm fine with that. That fair take.
Yep. That's an absolutely
That's
fair
fair.
take. Yeah.
Just another wasted summer of a half decade of them. And doesn't it suck that it's not even June and we're already just checked out on the next 4 months? I don't know. Something's got to change. Doubt it will.
Yeah, I agree.
I miss
Yeah,
when we had the boop. We should add the boops.
Yeah.
Remember the boops?
Yeah, we need the
Yep.
boops. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely need the boops.
Couple bleep blops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jake booked the boops.
This is as bad as the team has been since 2011.
2020 was pretty bad.
Wasn't the
Yeah,
2011
2020 was
team
terrible.
2012 was
unbelievable?
worse.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah.
It's Rishi,
Reese's?
long-time listener, first-time caller.
Okay.
Originally
Reese's.
from New Hampshire, and now I live in Wisconsin, and I went to the series against the Brewers, and all I have to say is, bruh. Thank you.
All right.
Real quick, the 2011 team was historically great until September, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
sucked in April and they sucked in September, but the middle of it was like they were playing
Right.
700 ball.
So at this
Aegon
point,
hit, what, 330?
This fucking team fucking sucks.
I agree. Hard to debate that at this juncture. Yeah, that 2012 season was way worse. That was super depressing.
Much worse.
Everyone hated each other. It was like a whole thing. Yeah. No thanks.
Okay, Doom. This fucking team does not deserve any more booms from us.
Oh, we got a Doom.
yeah.
I'm in on it.
Okay. I don't hate that.
At this point, I don't think John Henry spends another dime on this fucking team ever again. Dude opened up his wallet. He put the money down where his mouth was. It wasn't. I don't give a damn. And this is the result. They're worse this year that they've been in the years that he hasn't spent. And I mean, what the fuck, man?
I agree, dude.
They're stronger.
Seriously.
You just gotta hope
Yeah, I
that
just want to say I want to kill myself.
Okay.
I feel that way too.
Sheesh.
It's just real quick.
Better help.
This team goddamn sucks.
Yeah.
All right, these are the shortest voicemails I think I've ever
I'm just-
heard.
I was like, did you put a time limit?
Jimmy cut them to just be like get to the
Oh,
point.
takes. Okay.
It
all right.
sounds like a radio
he cut out
montage.
like, hey, it's John from Cranston, big fan, been listening. Yeah, he just got right to the point.
Okay.
Man, they got to do something. They got to change something up. And it's like, what do you change up? Oh, you only have the number one fucking prospect in baseball sitting down in AAA, hitting fucking 300 with hitting a bomb every other day.
That's a good point.
I do wonder how other fan bases look at us. Like, what are they doing? He is number one, right?
So like, why is he not here still? Yeah.
All right, what the fuck? I mean, this is absurd. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Trevor Story batting every single day. He's playing every single day. Is Cora okay? Oh, we just gotta execute. How about you fucking execute, Cora? How about you execute the KBO, dude? I'm so fucking sick and tired of being average. We're so average. John Henry doesn't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Call up Roman Anthony. No, you still got some fucking shit to do, I guess, down in Triple A. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Go fuck
Oh,
yourself.
fuck.
That's the call of the day so far. That was
I love that he's got some fucking shit to do. He's got to figure out some
You
shit.
execute. Yeah.
This team sucks. They're taking away any joy in my life. Doop doop doop. Shoot me now.
I don't know. That's a pretty good one.
I'm gonna kill myself.
We should bring back the coach that won 2 games against the Mets. Where did that coach go? Because we definitely need that coach.
Ramon Vasquez? Is that the
Genuinely,
Whistler?
Cora was in the dugout for the second game. Like, you don't think Cora was telling him what moves to make in that second game? I hate
Well,
to say it.
He was
That's
doing
so
it for
true.
the first game too. I mean, it was
Oh, is that informed? Good.
We're fucked, boys. Why does my favorite team hate me?
we're fucked. Yeah.
I'm not this down.
This fucking sucks. We're just an abysmal franchise for the past 4 years. 2021 is the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I think these calls were all like right after getting walked off.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, immediately. We
Yeah.
put it up.
But we
there
knew we were getting walked off. Like, that wasn't a shock to anyone.
yeah.
No.
I think it's more just like the finality of it. Like, man, it might be over for sure, but whatever.
All I have to say is this is a complete fucking joke. I watch this team every single game, every single day. I follow the team, and this is how they fucking reward me. Are you kidding me? Call up Roman tomorrow or I'm done.
Yeah, that's like kind of how I feel.
He's going to be out. I mean, that voicemail minus the Roman part would have worked the last 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why the fuck haven't we thought about eating cake?
Yeah, we could eat cake.
Interesting.
Right. He is
Yeah.
cake.
It's a good
I'd
theory.
nibble.
Right.
I can't imagine what Bullet felt like when he got hit by that car, but I imagine it's the same thing, the same feeling as watching this Red Sox team every fucking night.
Oh.
Just fucking brutal.
Things started going poorly when we abandoned Carlos Narvaez's nickname that we came up with here. Just throwing that out there.
I didn't abandon
we
the
abandon it?
captain. I
I
didn't
say
abandon it.
I think there's
Not
been a
the
lot of
captain.
captain.
Oh, God. Oh, no. It immediately clicked. No, don't worry about it, Jared.
Why do I not remember?
And no one else knows it other than the people sitting here right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's tough
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of Cake's fault.
Sure.
Yeah.
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 Fault's a word. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Cake. Shout out to Jimmy Stewart for putting together the
Hey,
voicemails. Yeah, shout
He
out
heard
to
there were
Stu.
130 voicemails. He was like, send them here.
That's
Send 'em
pretty
on
much
over.
what happened.
What
Dude,
a guy.
That's pretty much
Jason's
what happened.
Fucking ready, dude.
Yeah,
Like
what a guy.
Steve was like, there was 70 in the first hour, and then another hour went by, and I was like, I would imagine that number has doubled, maybe tripled. And he was like, give me the login, give me the keys, give
Let
me
me
the
cook.
keys, let me drive. And he did.
We got to bring the beep sound back just for old time's sake. But yeah, I think we ended up with like 160 voicemails. That's crazy.
Wow.
Dang.
By the way, anytime we've done the voicemail line, I think the most is like 30 or 40. So this is nuts. People are happy.
yeah.
People are pumped. People are really
Yeah.
excited right now, clearly.
People love the
I'll tell you
Sox
what.
team, brother.
Brutal
Oh.
day for Stephon Diggs to go on a boat. Like, just not the time because people are begging
know.
for anything else to talk
Blood.
about. Like, I've seen Jaylen Brown traded to teams that aren't even in the NBA because people are just like, let's talk about anything other than the Red Sox. And yes, Stephon Diggs shouldn't have done that until a winning streak or Roman got called up. No one would have even cared.
I
What
kept
did
watching
he
the
do?
video thinking like something super crazy was going to happen. I suppose he gives the girls something there. I don't know what
Pink
that
cocaine.
substance is. I'm going to act like I don't know.
Diddy shit.
But no, seeing that clip go around. I mean, I've probably seen that video like 30 times now. I'm not even looking for it. You go on the I'm just trying to see like people's updated "I hate my life, I hate this team" takes, and it's like, oh, there's Stephon Diggs being called daddy again.
Demanding.
With his
Demanding
girlfriend,
it.
with Cardi B on the boat. Like, that's a crazy situation.
I think they
Here's
were
the
all
thing, though,
Stephon
T.
is
I
Stephon
think she's
Diggs.
down. I think she's down with that.
But she just hated Offset for doing the same shit, did she not?
But
Behind
it
her
was
back,
behind
right?
her back. Yeah, not
So you got a
directly in
fucking
front of her
front.
face.
Yeah. I don't think he's that dumb that on the same boat he's like, ladies, over
Well,
here.
no.
I mean, it's also not like underneath, like in the below part of
Yeah.
the boat. It's like
Yeah.
literally in her eyesight. So I think he's being Diggs. That clip from the Vikings locker room is so
Unbelievable.
like you can put that side by side with the boat clip. It's like,
Unbelievable.
yep, don't date my daughter. Jared has no idea what we're talking about.
No idea. I don't know who. Stephon Diggs, I thought was an actor.
No, that's Tay Diggs.
What
Tay
movie was
Diggs. Yeah. Tay Diggs, I think, was like one of the first social media guys to follow like everyone. And I was like, oh, I'm followed by Tay Diggs. That's cool. And then it's like, oh no, you follow. Like,
Was he the guy who used to do the YouTube ads? Is that him?
I don't
Where
know.
he'd be, like, in
I'm
his
not familiar with
garage?
his work, but
I don't know.
There
him
was this
from
dude that I
advertising.
worked with at Bleacher Report. I'll never forget this. Aaron, and he put a
Shout
tweet
him
out
out.
there like, "Yo, at Tay Diggs, really appreciate the follow. Like, game, respect game type deal." And we're all like, "Bro, he follows 2.3 million people. Like, he's not searching for a BR social person. Like, I gotta follow this guy." But
Was he
Tay Diggs follows
joking?
everybody. No, he was dead serious.
oh,
That's
that's
very funny.
serious.
Yeah.
How is he still on social media?
Is he following us?
Oh, I have the Tay Diggs follow.
Let's see.
I don't know who this guy is.
Nice. I
That's
got the
crazy.
Tay Diggs follow.
Oh, let me
Crazy
see.
T.
Oh, I
Follow
found.
more people than I thought.
T-A-Y-E.
596,000 people.
Oh, I was thinking of
yeah,
Ty
Tay
Lopez.
Diggs follows me. He follows more people than he has followers.
Which is crazy.
But he
Not on Twitter. He's only got 6,000 more in the following than the followers on Twitter.
that's what I'm saying. Like he
Yeah,
has
it's more.
he's following more people than he has followers.
No, he's. Oh, right. I'm a fucking moron.
Bitch, what are you saying?
Crazy.
He hasn't tweeted
I
since
do
last
stupid
September.
stuff from time to time. Yeah, I totally messed that one up. Not good.
Yeah, he did. Has he ever DM'd me? No, we never talked ball.
What's up, Jared? Really appreciate your stocks takes.
Yeah. How many? I mean, does John Cena follow any of you guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
He follows you.
He
Yes.
followed me before I followed him.
Oh, John Cena. There we go. Yep.
I still don't
Following
follow.
14 million.
No, dude, what's going on?
Are you
What if- why am I-
fucking stupid, Steve?
All right.
Are you the
I have a
social
question.
guy?
I have a question.
Wait,
I have a question.
Steve.
I have a question.
Steve, what's your full time job?
Can you define the word followers?
What's your
I have-
full time job, Steve?
I have a question.
Yeah.
All
Can you,
right.
what's your job
Did they
title?
did they change the order of
Nope.
following
No.
and followers coming first
No.
or second?
No.
I don't know, but it's
Why am-
fucking
why
the
am I
word is
messing
right
this
there.
up?
I
The
know they
word
do.
is right
reading it
there.
wrong. Followers. I keep doing following for
Jesus
followers. I don't know what
Christ,
I'm doing,
dude.
I don't know what I'm doing. This team's got me all rattled. I
Does
don't
John
know, man.
Cena follow you or not?
He does, and he has 14 million followers.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Do you follow him back?
Yes, bro.
Oh no, you
What
don't.
T?
Jose
don't.
Bautista used to do that too, didn't he?
That
Yeah.
he was
Yes.
the first one I remember doing that.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
followed.
Yeah. That bothered me.
I
He never
almost fell
followed
for
me.
that one,
Lil
too.
B was first. Shout out to Base.
Oh
Guy.
yeah, you're
he
right.
was
Lil
the
B.
first to do it.
Dude, his fucking
Oh boy.
double XL cipher. I heard that again the other day. He went crazy, bro. That
He usually
freestyle was
does.
ridiculous.
It was funny because Batista was following everybody, and then Strowman was blocking everybody, and they were on the
Yeah.
same team at the same time.
Yeah.
Hold on. I thought you had something going.
I was going to say I went 0 for 2 there, but I was going to say it mentally. I wasn't going to say it outside.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move! Incoming!
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
Stop and Shop Look Ahead is brought to you by Stop and Shop, but the Stop and Shop Look Ahead song makes me miss Jake. Just like hearing his voice, I'm just like, come home, man.
You see that cake clip today? Guy
Yeah,
blows.
like,
oh my God. Rooting on the Yankees like that. He sucks.
Yeah. Cake, what are you going to say for yourself, brother?
I mean, Sox know what they have to do to get Jake back, and it's really not my fault.
I mean,
He's
it
not
is
wrong.
your fault. You're holding our guy hostage, and we're stuck with your stupid ass. Like, I don't know. I feel like at this point, Jake has to be like, all right, like, I love my pyramids, but I love the boys more. Like, it's time to come home. So it's up to the Red Sox. The Red Sox have to sweep a team to unlock Jake from his pyramid curse.
I mean, we
His
got to remember
ancient
how much
Egyptian
money
curse.
Jake made on opening day. So I think he's doing fine right now, honestly.
That reminds me, there's talks of a Section 10 Cameo page, and we were talking to the folks at Cameo, and they're like, all right, you guys like got to set up your profiles and yada yada. And it's like, what do you think like the price point is going to be for Jake? And I said, first of all, I can't talk to Jake right now because there's an ancient Egyptian curse that has had him in another realm. But if I were to guess, like a Jake cameo is gonna cost at least 7 figures. Like, I don't know.
Trillions.
Minimum.
Yeah. Like I can't speak for the guy. Haven't seen him in a few weeks, but a Jake cameo is probably going to be like roughly somewhere between $7 and $9 million. And I didn't get a response from Cameo, but I guess, I don't know. We'll see what happens, if we launch the page there, but I don't even know if that's an option. Like, are you able to set your price to $7.5 million for one Cameo? I guess we're going to find out when Jake comes back.
Who's the most expensive cameo? Can you order by, like...
It's like categories, yeah.
Yeah, there's people charging like
maybe.
$1,000.
Who?
There's people charging like $1,000. Like the
I
really
think more
high up
than
people.
$1,000.
More?
I'm talking top one overall. There's got to be more than $1,000.
I think
on
Bryce
here.
Harper is like close to $1,000. Like Bryce Harper's like $900 maybe, something like that.
All right, let's see.
I mean, whoever is the most expensive, get ready for fucking Jake Yazie's asking price, because it is not. You're not going to be in the same ballpark as this dude.
Who is Lee Thomas Palmer?
Oh, LTP.
Who is that?
You don't know LTP, dude?
That's the most expensive actor, LTP.
Oh, that's embarrassing that you don't know who LTP is. What's his name again?
One more time.
Lee Thomas Palmer?
Lee Thomas Palmer. Yeah, LTP.
He's on here for $2,675. Right above Caitlyn Jenner.
They have Mr. Feeney.
Lee Thomas. Yeah, LTP. He's on
Kind of
here
embarrassing. Steve doesn't know.
No,
It is kind of
me.
crazy.
Hand up. I messed up the followers thing before. I don't know LTP. This is a disaster.
Yeah. Lee Thomas Palmer. He has 494 Instagram followers. Yeah,
I kind of love this guy, and he's just in his car taking a photo. It's like, yeah, I'm going to charge $3,000. Why not?
I think we should buy it. I think we should buy it.
Who's this guy think he is?
Imagine you pay for his cameo and he was like, "So you did it, huh?"
I've been waiting years for this.
I've been waiting.
He's a hitman on Cameo.
Yeah, he's like, we've been waiting to see if someone would actually do it, and because you did it, here is $500,000 cash.
I just looked under sports and sorted it by highest price. There's no way you guys are gonna guess who is the highest priced sports person on here. It's at $1,000, so maybe that's the most you can go for an athlete. I don't know. LTP said.
Yeah, no, LTP. Fuck that.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm going up. I love that he didn't do like 2,999. He did like 2,648. I'm like, I don't know how you landed on that number, but if you guys get that, I mean, I'll give you let's see, a pizza.
What sports does he play?
$50. Former basketball player.
Oh, it's Nate Robinson.
It's not a bad guess for how I phrased this, but no, it's not Nate Robinson.
Is there another person in front of this person, Steve, on this list you're looking at?
Not that I'm seeing. I typed in sports and went for the highest one, and it's this guy, and I would have never guessed this.
I have a one in front of him. That is also quite surprising.
What sport?
Track.
I mean, track will be global. That could be Usain
Olympics.
Bolt. That could be and
He said random, right?
Older.
Michael Johnson.
Yeah, Michael
older.
Johnson. Is it a male? No.
Is it Caitlyn Jenner?
There. Yes.
Yeah, we already said that. Yeah.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry, I missed
that doesn't count.
No, I mean it's an Olympic athlete for sure, so I get that.
I did love T's reaction to the gender though. That
is it like Dwight Howard? Like I'm trying to think of like who's big on social media and like would just do 1,000.
Diesel.
I'm taking the pizza off the table, but this is a current TV person.
Charles Barkley?
No, I would actually get Barkley.
That was a good guess.
Herc?
No,
Okay,
but it is an ESPN person. It is an ESPN.
Richard Jefferson?
Player. No, good guess. You got it. You're close. You're sniffing around.
I don't know who else is a player that they don't have many people anymore.
Does get up a decent amount. I
have no idea who's not get up. Is it like Lou Will?
Fair. No, Will. You got Will.
Will.
The beginning of his last name is Will.
Williams.
Yep.
Sheldon Williams.
No, not Sheldon Williams. I know you know this guy.
No, I definitely do. I don't know why I am blanking on what Mo Williams. Yeah, who the what's their first name?
Jay Williams.
Jay Williams. Big Duke fan base. Like all of his friends are probably billionaires, so that makes some sense.
I have no idea who that is.
$1,000 for Jay Williams seems crazy.
No, definitely. I mean, I respected him just being like, I'm not doing it unless I'm getting a lot of money.
Yeah. Jared, question for you. Now that we're on the topic here, if you get this right, it's a dinner of your choice. David Ortiz, what's the number?
It's not a round number, yeah?
It's no, you're saying like an even hundo?
Is it an interval of 50?
No.
475?
No, higher.
Why would you think 475?
I don't know. I said, is it an interval of 50?
No. What's his home run total? That's definitely what it is.
5.
No, it's not.
No.
That's a good guess, though. I think he should have done that, but no.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
These guys aren't getting cute with it. They should get cute with it. Like whatever.
Is it an interval of 5?
Of 5?
Yeah.
Is the last number 5? Is what he's asking.
No.
Is it a 0?
It is a 0. The last number is a 0.
Okay.
We're just gonna guess each number. It's like I think I know it.
350?
No, it's almost double that.
Oh wow.
$700.
A little less.
Yeah,
$680.
It's a little less. Yeah, I'm gonna go till you get it.
$650.
We're going lower.
$600.
A little higher.
$620.
620 is correct. You nailed it, bro.
Nailed
620.
All right,
what
you owe me
number
Chick-fil-A.
The fuck does 620 have to do with
I don't know how they land on these numbers. They're super random.
Rivera's at 750 and Aaron Boone's at 350.
It's a little steep for Booney. Actually, Yankees manager, you can definitely charge that.
David Ross for 400.
I might buy a Boone one just to hear him talk about how much he loves the 04 Red Sox.
Favorite 04 Sox moments.
Yeah.
Kendrick Bourne, $300.
That's
too pricey. I love Kendrick Bourne. That's crazy.
Brady's not on here, right? He's too big for this.
I mean,
I would have so little respect for Brady if he were.
Who's the
there.
lowest?
I don't know, man. There's some big names on there.
What's Tank pulling in for every cameo?
I think he's like $50.
Yeah, he's 50.
That's
bucks.
it?
That's respectable. He could charge more than that.
Man with big time.
What do you think the highest price is that Tank could charge? It's not crazy.
250.
I think 250 is fair. I think there's a good chunk of people that would do 250.
250?
Yeah.
He'd get more people buying it at 150 for sure, but he'd get enough at 250.
Yeah.
I mean, everything in my mind, I'm like, should I do this or buy a pair of sneakers?
Well, 250, the first thing that came to mind was the new pair of sneakers. I mean,
right.
Like Jordans, but yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, if it's 150, it's like, that's cheaper than a pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
Should I get some Jordans or have Tank say happy birthday? Like that's basically where I'm at here.
Yeah.
Drew Bledsoe, $299.
Okay. All right.
Feels about right, honestly. There's a lot of people that love Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, I love Bledsoe. Yeah.
Bledsoe's awesome.
Drake Bell, $100.
Cake, how much would you charge, you piece of shit?
I'm not doing a cameo for less than 8.9 mil.
8.9 million. Just to show up Jake. I don't know. I feel like Jake, I don't know. It could go either way because Jake made his money from the meet and greet. I don't know if he's trying to it's like, does he want more money or I don't know. I don't know what Jake would say to that, but Cake obviously is a fucking asshole with his price point. So,
but Jake got a lot of money from the meet and greet from people he didn't meet nor greet. Like it was people who just like bought tickets to maybe meet him. So this, he would have to actually film. Like you don't get the money unless you do the cameo. So that's why I think it'd have to be more.
Yeah, that's a good point. T, who would you look at to be like, I'm on that same space, so that's a comparable price point for T Dog.
I'm checking the $5 one right now. I feel like that's the right
Come on, T.
Is that crazy?
I won't let you price yourself at $5. That's crazy. Like people will do them just to troll you.
That's less than like a tip on DoorDash. T. Like, come on, man. You gotta go more than
Jesus
$5.
Christ, have some confidence in yourself.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like I'm seeing some pretty big like TikTok people on here that are doing like $5. Like that feels probably about the avenue I exist in.
But I feel like
$8.99. Wow.
I told you. You would get so many at $5 that you wouldn't have time to do them all. And then you'd be like, this is basically my new full-time job and I'm underpaid because I charge $5.
Hit me up on Cameo. Sign up. If you want me to say something, I will say it.
We got Cassie MLB at 15. Like you got to go more than Cassie MLB.
Who's Cassie MLB?
I don't know.
No disrespect, no disrespect, but I don't know.
No disrespect at all. But you were about to be a third of Cassie MLB. Like
you're
all right, maybe I got to up it a little bit.
That. You're bigger than that.
$10.
No,
Jared, how much you said you're gonna put yours at? 100?
I did not say that. I did not say a number.
Oh, I don't know. I just went high.
You said 100, right, Jared? You did mention that.
Yeah. I don't know.
Edgar
I'm gonna have to.
Martinez at 111. See, there you go, Coley. That's his. 100 with his number. Like, do cute stuff.
I'm gonna have to like look around to see.
Zoe does $50.
Comparable prices are.
What's
Freddie Lynn 75?
Would you say Zoe's 50?
Zoe's 50, and he kills on Cameo.
Yeah, so like
what's Ben Verlander?
Is he on there?
He's
He
definitely
would be
on there.
Actually,
He
one
absolutely
of the first
would
people
be.
I think that would be on here.
25.
Oh, all right. So like you got to
So
start
you're looking at
more
like
than Ben
20 for
Verlander.
a Jerry superfan.
Woo!
Imagine in these, if you do the super fan, you could probably charge like 200 if you do the
Oh,
thing.
can you do
That's
tiered pricing?
Yeah, it's like an extra $5
do
to do the
Superfan.
super fan. Can you do the super fan? I'll give you an extra $5.
Ugh.
Yeah, you need 2 accounts, one for just Jared Carabas and then Jerry Superfans, like 5 times the price.
Yes, Jerry Superfan is he's charging Bryce Harper money. If you want the foam finger in the pick, then
some LTP.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
geez.
gonna be $2,600.
Jim Murray does 25.
We all got to go higher than Verlander. That's just a must.
Yeah.
You think?
Out of principle.
Yeah.
Justin's not on here. He could have fetched a pretty big number.
JV.
Kate Upton. We got BBWAA on here. Oh,
Rick Porcello.
She's just firing off baseball takes on Cameo for $5.
He's just like, I still can't believe Rick Porcello won that stupid award.
Yeah. I mean, T's a little slut for being like, yeah, just give me $5. I'll do whatever you want. Like, that's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like if Ben Verlander's doing 25, I feel like it's
You're-
wrong for me to ask for 25.
But T, you're not gonna do. There's a lot of people that do these. Like, hey man, happy birthday, appreciate that.
Yeah,
You
dude. Like,
are
all
gonna
right,
do
put
a
it-
monologue.
I said this off the air. I was like, if we have a Section 10 Cameo page, Tyler Milliken, I guarantee you will have the most requests. Guaranteed. Because people will be like, all right, if you're charging $25, like $25, and like the description will be like, just talk about anything. Like people like it's like Steve will get like, hey Steve, can you wish my fucking grandfather a happy birthday? And like the McMahon, it's like, hey, can you send me a video of you dunking? And then it'll be like, hey T, just riff on whatever's on your mind. I just want to
What
hear
happened to
you
you
talk
today?
about something. And yeah, like that's
No, I do
that's what you're
funerals.
gonna-
I'll do whatever. I'm cool for it all.
Right to funerals?
I know you are.
Shout out to your grandfather for passing. Like, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah.
message could go. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Nightingale pulling on there?
He's on. Why do you think that he's on there?
Because the
He
Pod
feel-
on Lansdowne intro is them having Bob Nightingale
Oh.
talk to
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. 45.
45. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think the only one of these I've ever gotten was for Joey's birthday. I got him Bobby Valentine, being like, appreciate you being a huge fan, and he, like all of us, hates Bobby Valentine. $50 for Bobby V.
Okay. Yeah. So so I asked the question to like the Cameo guy. Shout out Jack. I was like, how long does these have to be? Because the only Cameo experience I have is my cousin Mike tore his Achilles tendon and his buddy got him a Cameo from Mick Foley. And he went on like a 5.5 minute tangent. At first, he was like, hey, Mikey, heard you tore your Achilles tendon. That's really sad. I'm watching Die Hard right now. What do you think about Die Hard? Bruce Willis, that's really sad. What's going on? And he just one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next. Like, I was just watching it being like, I don't know where this ends. Like, I don't know, like how like wherever it ends, whatever subject he talks about to close out. Not sure how we get there, but we're getting there and we're getting there fast. But yeah, that is my educated guess, is that Tyler Milliken cleans house on Cameo. People
I'll try.
want tea. People want tea.
Did Jerry Remy used to be on Cameo? I got one, I want to say like 6 years ago. It was like, I don't know if it was Cameo or another website, but Puff got one for my birthday.
Oh, shout out
And he
Puff,
called
dude.
me Taylor in it. But I took it. It was good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, maybe when we get that set up, we'll let people know.
I mean, we just did basically a 20-minute ad for Cameo, so shout out Cameo. I feel like this is a good start to the relationship where we just kind of
Yeah.
did that for the folks.
Yeah. Sure.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming!
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
What's better than having a stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
Stop and Shop, look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. Use the promo code section 10 to get 10 cents off your tangerines when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerine. It's only at Stop and Shop. Use the promo code section 10. It is an off day today. If you're listening to this on drop day, enjoy your off day. Call your grandparents. They really appreciate it. And it could be Roman Anthony Day. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard shit.
I was about to see if you were doing the Smirky Doos thing. He's not
I haven't
doing
heard
the Smirky Doos for those listening.
I haven't when people are like, you won't fucking criticize Cora because you're text buddies and you want him on the podcast. Like I don't talk to people. If people want to reach out to me and tell me little stuff, like that's cool. But like I'm not reaching out to no one. No one.
By the way, for those people, real quick, Cora's like never been on the show during the season. He does not do the show during the year, so I don't know if has he. I don't remember him being on the show. Maybe in 18, but that was like.
Yeah, that was a dugout interview. Yeah, so he did dugout interview. No, that was before. He did dugout interview in the summer of 18.
September.
I don't know. I was wearing a t-shirt, so I'm just judging. He was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. So that was 18. And then he did he do one during like the oh no, because he would have gotten fired. I think what he did when he came back in 21.
Yeah. Right after he signed, he came on. Yeah.
Yep. And then is that it? No.
That might be it.
When's the last time
you
been
guys
on?
have him on with
2021?
Redacted?
Yeah, we had him one time.
Okay, so then
right
that's
after
the
23.
Okay, so he was on Name Redacted once. He was on Section 10 twice in 10 years.
He did the first ITM. Shout out to Cora.
You know what, Steve? Good
We're just talking appearances.
Good. I said good for you. I congratulated you. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. I'm programmed to think that that's followed by go fuck yourself or something like that.
No,
Maybe I
no,
shouldn't
no,
be.
No. Yeah.
Here's what
Maybe you
a
should
bang too
rewire
quick.
your fucking brain, Steve.
I need to. It's all over the place.
Yeah. You twat.
That's more like it.
It was right after 2024, actually. I'm sorry.
The fuck, Tyler?
Wait. It's 2024?
Yeah, we had him on November
He was on
9th.
the 10?
Oh, wait. No. It was 23. Hold on.
This
My
guy.
years are all mixed up.
Do you know how numbers
smoking
work,
with-
brother?
I'm smoking what Steve's smoking, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're on that. Oh, I almost did something crazy.
What did you just almost do, Steve?
Shout out Stephon Diggs.
Would have got tossed for that.
Oh, you also use the F
I
word?
almost said the word. Yeah.
There was people on the Reddit that were just using that word very freely. And I think that's outrageous. We don't support that behavior.
People do it in the replies too, and it's a little bit crazy that they feel that comfy doing it.
Yeah, I mean, you're one to talk, brother.
I haven't done it that much this year though.
You've done it though. I mean, imagine if Duran was just like, I haven't done it that much this year. You know,
In my defense, like I said it once, like did a hot mic catch it? Like, yeah, but whatever. It's not a big
Yeah.
deal.
yeah.
That sucks
I'm
that
just-
whole thing happened. He should have 162 on the
Yeah.
resume, on the ref.
Yeah.
It's his fault though, because he's stupid and bad at the game.
Wow.
Yep, he's a dumbo.
You know, it'd be very funny if he actually did just slap the fucking dog shit out of your mouth.
He might. I haven't seen him in person since he flipped us off at spring training.
I did see when we were on the
Not me.
Monster.
Yeah, I just did
You
the
saw him
weeping.
on the
It was
Monster?
definitely me. What?
Amanda and Grace got balls thrown up by Duran while they were on the Monster. Duran could not give a fuck when we were up on the Monster, and we were fighting to get his
highly
attention
doubt
early.
I mean, I'm not saying that he would have if he saw us, but I think there's a 0% chance that he saw us. He's not like looking up like, oh, I wonder if there's
Is
anyone
that
I know
the
up there.
super fan?
Yeah. This dude. All right. So Tyler Milliken just went from like no confidence. I'm going to charge $5 for a cameo to Duran definitely saw me, knew it was me, and
Oh,
didn't
no,
throw me
no,
a
no.
baseball.
We were screaming. He wouldn't recognize me, first
Do you
off.
think
It'd
he
be-
can fucking hear us in a
I
sold-out
don't
Fenway
know.
Park?
I don't know.
I
That's
thought he'd
crazy,
notice
Tate.
Steve or
see us.
you.
He
You
didn't
guys are
By
like,
the warning track. You guys
guarantee
talk.
you he did not see, notice, hear, nothing. He's not
No.
paying attention to that shit.
T, in your
You guys
defense, if he
stand
saw
out.
us, he would have done something. He wouldn't have just like not acknowledged, but he didn't see us.
Unless he hates you, Steve.
He does hate Steve.
He's
yes.
thrown me a
Oh.
ball before, but that was before we had the rivalry going. So
Where did he throw you a ball?
when was that? The end of last season. It was in like September or something.
Where
Up
were
in
you
that spot,
sitting?
that standing room next to the monster. I love that little stretch right there when the K-men aren't there. No disrespect, but it just opens up more space.
Lucas Giolito versus Grant Holmes. Walker Bueller versus Spencer Schwellenbach. Fuck, we're gonna lose that game now.
I was like, why?
I was
Why
gonna
do
say
you
that
have to
game's
do
toast.
this?
Why did you do? The second you got into it, I'm like, well, that's an L. You just, I
Fuck.
think you can't help yourself. It's just in you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna say this so funny,
Yeah.
and goofy. I can't.
I
not
gotta,
do
I
it.
gotta make fun of this fucking normal name. And then Garrett Crochet versus Spencer Strider. Shit. I want Jake back so bad. By the way, the Friday game is an Apple TV game.
Oh, Roman Anthony's going to make his debut on Apple TV.
Do I have plans on Friday? I
Yeah,
don't
the
think
Sox,
so.
brother.
I mean, yeah. No. I am getting I don't want to say, never mind.
What the hell was that?
I was gonna say I'm getting dinner with someone tomorrow night, but I don't want to say who because it would give away where we're going.
That's probably Cora because always blowing them and shit. Is that what you're gonna do after you have dinner? You're gonna blow them?
Yeah. Lucas Giolito, 1-1, a 5.27 ERA, a 143 whip, and a 7.6 strikeouts per nine. I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is the best start of the year came in his last time on the mound. 7 innings, 6 hits, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. The bad news is this will be his 6th start, and he fucking sucks in even numbered starts. Starts 2 and 4, 7 2/3 innings. 7 2/3 innings. Did I say that? Yeah. 18 hits, 12 earned runs, 3 bombs, 3 walks, 5 Ks. And starts 1, 3, and 5, 19 2/3, 13 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 homers, 5 walks, 18 Ks. He has failed to reach double digits in whiffs this year. On his last start, hitters were 0 for 8 with 2 Ks against his changeup. The Red Sox are 2 and 3 when he starts. Grant Holmes, 3 and 3, a 3.68 ERA, a 116 whip, and an 8.4 strikeouts per nine. Pitch against the Red Sox earlier, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 4 walks, 1 homer. He has 4 walks in a game 4 times this year. Yeesh. His 4-seam fucking sucks. 8 home runs allowed off of that this season, and the Braves are 5 and 6 when he starts, and 2 and 3 in May. Walker Bueller, 4 and 2, a 3.95 ERA. A 120 whip and a 7.9 strikeouts per nine. He's been solid in his 2 starts since returning from injury. Obviously, he got ejected in one of those, but 7 1/3, 4 hits, 2 earned, and a homer. He has hit 2 batters. His velo has also been up since his return, 93.5 before and 94.3 since then. The Red Sox are 6 and 2 when he starts. Love to see that. We need more of that. Spencer Schwellenbach, 3 and 4 with a 3.42 ERA and a 105 whip and a 7.9 strikeouts per nine. He went 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned, 1 home run, 1 walk, 3 Ks against the Red Sox. Yeah. But his team also put up, 10 runs in that game? So, yeah, easy win for him. Much better start to the season, but he's been struggling in May. His first 6 starts, 2.87 ERA. 5 starts in May, 4.11 ERA. His main 3 pitches all have a whiff rate above 27%. The Braves are 6-5 when he starts. Garrett Crochet, 4-4, 2.04 ERA, a 107 WHIP, and a 10.7 strikeouts per nine. A few quick facts, fun facts before he goes out and throws a 6 2/3, 4-hit, 1 earned run, 2-walk AK performance and catches an L in this matchup. He has only allowed more than 2 earned runs once this season. He's yet to allow a hit on his changeup this season. The Brewers were 0 for 10 with 5 strikeouts and a 43% whiff rate on his cutter the last time out. And lefties, wait for it, have a 468 OPS against them. So we love that about Garrett Crochet. Spencer Strider, 0-3, a 4.50 ERA, a 129 WHIP, and a 9.6 strikeouts per nine. His fastball is down 2 miles per hour since his last full season in 2023. He's lacking a little bit of control as well. In his 2 full seasons, he averaged 2.9 walks per nine and 13.7 strikeouts per nine. He also hit Bryce Harper, and that was a big deal. His longest outing this year has been 5 innings. The Braves are 0-3 when Spencer Strider starts. So again, that is Lucas Giolito versus Grant Holmes. That is Walker Buehler versus Spencer Schwellenbach. Garrett Crochet versus Spencer Strider in the finale. Prediction time. Coley.
I can't remember if you said this part, so if I did, feel free to bang me. I'm very bangable. They play a doubleheader, the Braves do, Thursday going into this series. Did you say that?
I did not say that.
It was just
but let me
implied.
check if that's true.
On the road, too, in Philly.
It is true. Yeah.
It's true.
That is true.
Why would I just make that the fuck up?
That's a weird thing to make up.
Jesus.
I feel like I'm a pretty reliable fellow when it comes to the facts.
That is there's only 5 games tomorrow, and the Braves and Phillies are playing 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Jerry was like, I don't know if the Braves are ever going to play again, from what I'm seeing on my side of the camera.
Yeah.
I feel like that is God being like, the Red Sox need some sort of break. Now, both Brave stars probably going to go throw like 2 perfectos. Their bullpen will be perfectly fine going into Friday. But if they can't beat Grant Holmes on Friday on the app with no bullpen to rescue him, good God, it's going to get ugly. I'm going to take 2 out of 3 for the Sox.
Wow.
Ooh.
Steven?
Yeah, kind of surprised when I looked up the stats since Breggy got injured that Raffy's hitting 182 since the injury. Obviously, the lack of lineup protection does not help there. No surprise on that lineup, thinking that Jarren Duran's hitting 370 since the injury with Devers batting behind him. So hopefully those guys can continue to carry this lineup. Basically, Acuna's going to hit a bomb at some point, can almost guarantee that one. I was going to mention the doubleheader thing, but Coley beat me to it. It's a good point, kid. Braves on a 104-58 full season pace at home this year. Understandable. You don't play 162 at home, but that's what it would be if they did. I don't know how to feel about this series at all, because I think that doubleheader thing is super valid, and then having to fly to Atlanta, the Red Sox, and try to reset on Thursday. I hope they're doing nothing baseball related on Thursday coming off of that series. Just do some fun stuff, try to clear the brain, and hopefully you can be reset by game 1 on Apple TV. I'll take, I just can't have them winning a series right now. I'll take Sox winning 1 out of 3.
Ooh. Okay. Cake?
This team has a special ability to get swept that you really don't see too often. I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. So I got the Braves in a sweep.
Jesus. Hard to argue with Cake, though, for being,
I know.
if we're keeping it 100p. T-Dog?
Yeah, the Red Sox have sucked on the road. They're 11-17. You got Garrett Crochet starting in the series. You're 2-5 in his last 7 starts for you. I do think that doubleheader thing is going to help them, so I'll have them winning the first game, even though I don't feel great about Giolito, considering last time out he was good, so that means the next one's going to be absolute dog shit. But I think they find a way to win the first one. I think the next 2 are losses, and we're spiraling once we record next episode once again.
I mean, I hate to side with the guy, but Cake hasn't been wrong a whole lot when talking about this team. I think I got to ride the Cake wave. I think I also predicted. Did I not predict that they would get swept in this year? I did.
No, you had it. Yeah, you did have it.
Okay. Let's run it back, Cake. You know, I think the Sox get swept again in Atlanta.
I think there's a walk-off too. 4 of your last 5 losses on the road have been walk-offs.
How many tied in the A's?
Acuna, Steve?
Acuna walk-off. Lock it in.
There you go. Homer?
Hopefully.
Higher or lower 0.5 tied in the 8s in this series.
Oh, certainly. You got to go 1.5.
Smash
it.
1.5. 1.5 is the line.
1.5? 1.5 tied in the 8s.
It's higher than 0.5.
Higher.
Yeah.
If someone
I'm taking
told
the
me
higher for 1.5.
How many Steve appearances?
Oh, lower.
Yeah, lower. Yeah.
On the weekend, too? I mean, come on.
Yeah, the lock.
I mean, tied in the 8th. I mean, I'm just...
You're carrying it.
Coley's fucking draining buckets. Today on Tied in the 8th, I was driving to pick up Ace and then watched some of the game at my sister's. And then as I was leaving with the dog sitting on my lap is when they got walked off. You never know. You never know when a Tied in the 8th is going to break out. You just do know that Steve's not going to be there.
We hit on deep subjects.
Yeah.
What do you say, T?
We did middle name talk.
Yeah, you said women don't have the right to have a middle name is what you said.
Did not say that. I just said I didn't know women had middle names. I didn't know that
so
was
you
a
know
thing
they
for
had. You said they did. You said
I've never met one.
Women have middle names.
Yeah.
I thought that was a guy thing.
Very unbecoming of any broads out there with multiple names. What are you trying to hide?
This chick, she's got a middle name on her. What is she doing?
Yeah,
no one ever said anything.
Hussy with a middle name.
I mean, you got a girlfriend, T. You have no idea.
She doesn't have a middle name.
She doesn't have one. It's just Martha Constantinides.
What we're doxing?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was a name. I didn't even know that's her last name. It's
you
a
know
great
what?
Last name.
She'll
you should
fuck
take
with
that
it. You leave it in there.
Tyler Constantinides. What is it again?
Yeah, you nailed it. Constantinides.
You should take her last name, T.
Yeah,
you think
Tyler
so?
Catalinato.
Yeah.
Goes that one.
I'm open to everything.
We know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we've seen it. You freak. Yeah, I'm going sweep for the Braves.
When I look ahead, and you wind up dead if you don't listen to what Steve says. Even then, you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor's shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's gummy bears. Chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
Chew them with your mouth.
You chew them with your mouth. The Sox head to Atlanta for 3 games at Truist Park, where we will be for the All-Star game this year. God willing. Rafael Devers will likely join us.
Maybe.
I'm putting good vibes out there.
I mean,
dude.
you're
I can't
going to
do
go anyway. We already know that, like, Steve. Yeah.
I can't miss it.
Yeah, Steve's going to go. I don't know. I can't promise that everyone will be there, but maybe.
Yeah, that's fair. Where hopefully we are for the All-Star game. I was going to say Raffy would be there, but he might skip this one too. Game 1, Friday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 74 degrees. Nope, sunny, 8% chance of rain, 14-mile-an-hour winds there for Game 1 on Apple TV. Again, Braves coming off a doubleheader Thursday, so look for the Atlanta Braves to win that first game on Friday night. Game 2, Saturday, 4:10 Eastern, first pitch, 80 degrees. No, that is very hot for this time of year. But again, it's Atlanta. Mostly sunny, 0% chance of rain, 13-mile-an-hour winds, Jared. They call it Hotlanta. And in Hotlanta on Sunday in the finale, 1:35 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, the first Red Sox game in June this year, 79 degrees, mostly sunny, 15% chance of rain, 7-mile-an-hour
Trash.
wind. I know, not great.
You're trash. Trash ass
great.
temps.
When I saw the 7s, I was like, just give me a 6. The guys need a 6. And they're like, nope, we got a 9, we got a 4. I'm like, whatever.
They don't deserve a 6 right now.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Well, that could change up the vibes, though. I don't know.
Who knows? Hopefully something changes from now until then. Pretty warm series, pretty hot series in Hotlanta here as the Red Sox hopefully try to turn things around. They won't. That is your weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
just out of curiosity, what do you think the Red Sox playoff odds are on Fangraphs?
Oof.
20%.
I would say 13.
Okay. So to win the World Series, 0.8%.
Okay.
To win the division, you're now down to 2%. The Yankees are at 91.3% to win the division. Okay. To make the playoffs. Coley, did you answer?
No.
What do you think the odds are of the Red Sox make the playoffs?
Everyone shot higher than I was expecting it to be. I'm going to say like 12.5%.
18.7%.
Okay.
Which,
That's
I mean,
depressing.
Yeah, it's very depressing.
Yeah, not June yet. Less than 1 out of 5. That's brutal.
That changes quickly, though. Like, I can't get too hung up on that.
It was 26 like 3 days ago when I had looked. So I had a slight feel for it.
18.7%.
They sweep the Braves, it jumps up to like 23%. Like, I just
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's a big if,
I don't
but
care.
yeah, that is correct.
No, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, how finicky that is. Like, it'll go both
You're a
ways.
hot week away from it looking completely different. It's just
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah. T, final thoughts?
Shout out Sean Newcomb. Got shipped over to Oakland after getting DFA'd. The pride of Middleborough. He never claimed Brockton, but did a pretty good job in his role here and ended up, serving as a fifth starter, then the Chase Anderson role. Ended up getting, DFA'd essentially because they needed fresh arms in the bullpen. For people that were upset, because I got a decent amount of people that were wondering why Sean Newcomb was no longer on the big league roster. Reinforcements are on the way. Zach Penrod back up to AAA today through an inning. No strikeouts, no walks, but no hits either. So Zach Penrod should be an option for the Red Sox bullpen sooner than later. A lot of people remember at the end of last year, it was him and Luis Guerrero kind of exciting people. Then we also have Chris Murphy coming back from Tommy John surgery.
Oh, wow.
We haven't seen in a couple years. Was pretty good out of the Red Sox bullpen as a rookie before they wore him out. Made his first rehab assignment with Greenville through an inning, 1 hit, but 2 strikeouts. He was spending a lot of time with Noah Song down in Florida. So there's that as well. And then a Cutter Crawford update. He's now working on a 5-day schedule. I believe he's up to 4 innings. So we're getting closer to the rehab assignment there.
Wow. That's good to know. Love me some Cutter. Steven, final thoughts?
Yeah, I got 2 shout-outs. One is the person that T just shouted out. Shout out Sean Newcomb for opening up number 19 for Roman Anthony when he makes his debut. That was a very generous move by him. And shout out to Jill, who made the bracelets for us. I met her at Wahlburgers last night. Came over, said hi to the family.
You're a fucking asshole.
I knew you were going to hate this for some reason. What do we got? What's
that? Was such a sweet post.
Because like, I see Steve's goofy ass fucking smiling in a picture with Jill, and it's like, she made a Peralt of, was Dan with you?
Dan was with me. Yeah, Dan was with me for this.
Yeah. So Dan Peralt was there.
I knew you were going to make this a negative.
Yeah, well, it is a negative because she took time to make the Peralt of the Year bracelet, which I gave to you. Then you left at my house. Then I gave it to you. Then you gave it to Mike Eamon for some reason. And then Dan Peralt doesn't have his Peralt of the Year bracelet. And you know what? There's a lot of people talking right now that think you're doing this on purpose to keep the bracelet from Dan.
No. I would never do that. Come on.
I would never do that. Yes, you would.
Why would I do that? Because that hurts my odds of winning this year. I would not do that.
You're not winning.
Dude, this is why I don't win, because you publicly give your side on the matter, and that influences voters.
No, it's not.
100%.
It's because,
you campaign against me all the time. It's totally true.
Oh, where was your fucking Netflix show that came out this year, Steve?
It was the Red Sox doc.
Pretty good comeback.
No, but my voice is in it.
Yeah, so you're a voice actor. You're a voice actor, and Dan Peralt is a starring role. So
we were both on Netflix this year. That's all I'm saying.
Where the fuck is the Peralt of the Year bracelet, Steve?
Mikey's not on here. I think it's with Mikey right now. It was intended.
Why is it
I didn't want to lose it. He had deeper pockets.
Why is it with Mikey right now?
Because I didn't want to lose it.
Right. You didn't want to lose it that night. But why didn't it matter enough to you at the if it was a check for $1 million, you would have fucking remembered to get it back, wouldn't you? Steve?
Shout out to Jill. It was just great meeting her at Wahlburgers. Super nice. Her and Brian, nice
Shut
people.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Steve. Shout out to Jill for making the bracelets for us. Shout out to Jill for making the Peralta of the Year bracelet that Steve is keeping from its rightful owner, Dan Peralta. He deserves all the bracelets. I hope Dan Peralta gets 50 bracelets after this stunt that Steven has pulled. By the way, this suspension is not for this shout out. The suspension is for Steve keeping the bracelet from Dan intentionally.
But that's a separate. I'm just giving Jill a shout out here. These are separate things. You know
I know.
what
I
mean?
just
Like,
forgot. I forgot
should've
to
gotten them
suspend
the
you for it.
POT way. Oh, so this is not a shout out suspension at all. It's
No.
not related to that at all. All right. That's
No. The suspension is for you not remembering to get the bracelet back from Mike at the end of the night and keeping Dan's property from him, which I think is fucked up. I would never do that to my brother.
I would never intentionally do that, and I messed up big time. Jill, you're great. Appreciate all the bracelets you did for the fellas, and I'm going to wear them all summer.
You got them on right now?
No, I'm wearing a jersey, and it's like I wear them with shirts, because then it like rubs up against.
Is that not a shirt?
Definitely
That's,
shirt.
that's the
It's like
loosest
long
shirt
sleeve.
you probably own.
I'm saying I do it with like short sleeve. You know,
You're just not making a lot of sense right now.
this is long sleeve, so it'll rub
I
up
see it.
against the. I wear them with short, like with t-shirts.
Mhm.
That's where I wear bracelets.
Why are you
with
wearing
t-shirts.
Why
I
are you
don't
wearing a
think that's
hockey
crazy.
jersey right now? Why are you wearing a hockey jersey?
I'm just mixing it up. I said I would mix it up for what I wear on the show. I don't know, dude. The team sucks.
What's the hat, Steve?
It's a cow. I think it's the Wichita wind surge. So like the cow fell over in the wind.
Well, that's where ice cream comes from.
Mhm. Right out of there. See, you just gotta bring it out. Wade Miley.
Shout out to Pete B. Shout out to Pete B. No one loved Wade Miley more than Pete B.
I miss Pete B. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Is hockey over yet? No?
No, still going.
All right.
Almost the finals. Final.
We can get Pete B. We can get Pete B to pinch hit at some point once hockey's over. They're in the finals now?
No, it's about to be the cup final soon.
What has to happen?
The conference finals have to end, and then the cup final starts.
So aren't the Panthers in it or no?
If they won tonight, they are, but they were losing to start. The Panthers won, so they are in the cup final. And if the Oilers win Thursday, they are joining them for a rematch of last year's cup final.
If you said I'll give you $50 million if you can tell me who was in the Stanley Cup final last year. If you can tell me one team that made it to not even both participants, if you can tell me one team that made it to the Stanley Cup last year, I don't know what teams I would have thrown at you, but it wouldn't have been those two.
You would have said the Sharks or something because you probably think the logo's cool.
That logo is sick.
It is.
And yeah,
It
shout out
is.
to Joe.
I think it's the
Corey,
best
by the way.
logo in sports. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
I think I would have.
correct
I think I would have went probability. I would have went Tampa.
Okay.
Like, I feel like they go there a lot, and then I would have said Tampa Bay
Florida.
Lightning versus the
Penguins.
the Capitals. Can that happen?
okay.
Yes.
Ovechkin.
That's the conference final that can happen.
Yeah, that can.
They're in the same
That'll be-
conference?
They're in the
Yeah.
East, yeah.
Oh, I thought the Capitals were in the West. So then I would have said the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Ottawa Senators.
I don't
They
know
in
if
the
that
East
can
too?
happen either.
I don't think that's
No.
possible.
You know what? Who fucking cares? What
You
I
would have
said?
absolutely said a thing that's not possible. So
Yeah,
both
yeah,
of those
yeah.
are right.
Yeah, that's what you would have said.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the Sharks do have like the best logo in sports, right? Is that
It's very
correct?
strong. It's a very
Yeah.
strong logo.
Remember POTY had a huge Sharks poster growing up. The teal, the color scheme is nice.
Yeah, the colors go crazy. The
Goes
biting of the stick. The old
Stoopy.
90s like intro video that they had was unbelievable.
Stoopy.
And I like as much as I love Boston having all 4 teams as it should be, I love when a town just has one team. Like they're just out of nowhere, like San Jose, bang.
San
Where
Jose.
they're not coming here for fucking any other reason other than shark hockey.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like them saying that definitively. We know you're here for Shark Puck. Like this is
Yeah, we don't got shit else in the SJ.
there's literally nothing else to do but the fucking Sharks.
Yeah,
we
just
get
Sharks.
it. That is so sick. I'm
It's
not
great.
like I'm showing
They
you this
crushed
for the
it.
first time, but it's just like looks better every time I see it.
1,000 out of
Exclusive.
1,000. Hockey
Man.
went kind of dummy with most of like the Penguins. They've had like 9 different logos. They all go stoopy. The Blackhawks, it's probably problematic. Don't care. It goes bananas.
Oh, that goes nuts.
Red Wings, Flyers, just good logos all around.
The Bruins Blackhawks Cup final, I was like, these logos are insane.
So good. Even like the C with the tomahawks crossing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Chef's kiss.
So Steve did his final thought.
Yep.
T did his final thought. McMahon?
While we were recording, James Wood hit his 15th home run of the year in Seattle. 435 feet, 114 off the bat. So again, when Breslow is pushed out, I am available to be hired.
You have my vote. I know it's not a democracy, but I can put in
I'd
a
give you
word.
mine, Coley.
Mhm.
I would trust anything Coley does.
Yeah. Cake steaks?
I just really love what's going on with this team, man. They go out there and they lose game after game after game in heartbreaking fashion. I just can't get enough of it. So keep it up, fellas.
The longer the cake's happy, the more I'm reconsidering all of it. Like just being here, my life.
Just being around.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Another clean 40 for the 10. We'll be back. Actually, all right, I'm just gonna throw it out there. If we get Roman Anthony news tomorrow, that's not like emergency pod, but like maybe like live. We go
Yeah,
live.
let's go live. Yeah.
I feel like we could go live for a
do
Roman
that.
call up. Yeah.
As long as
What
it's
about
not
a
10 to
story
2.
DFA?
That's probably a 3-hour pod.
I think we go live for story DFA. We go live for Roman call up. I don't think we go live for like a firing unless it's like the unforeseen. What are you shaking your head at, Coley?
I mean, there are 2 firings that come right to mind where it's like, yeah, people would probably be interested.
The unforeseen.
Yeah. No, I don't think firing's happening yet.
I don't think so either.
What if like Jose Offerman, I don't know, killed somebody? Are we going live for that?
I think so, yeah. We probably have to break that down. People want to know the list of suspects, or at least who we think is responsible.
Yeah. We'd be pretty
That's
locked
not
in
like
on that.
That's not like the least likely thing we've suggested.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
What's El Guapo up to these days?
Chilling. He's big chilling.
Yeah. That's true.
Porn.
In it or
Yeah.
watching?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
He's fucking.
Yeah, you might be. I don't know. All right. Fuck, man. What day is it? Wednesday? Shit. All right. Enjoy your off day. Enjoy the series this weekend. I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. So enjoy your weekend. Outside of that, I don't know that this series is gonna be enjoyable. I feel like this season's kind of cooked already, which sucks. But no matter what, we will be there for you. Tied in the 8th, we'll be there. Steve won't. Podcast Sunday night, as always, breaking down the series, and we'll be right back here on Monday morning for you guys watching and listening, for your viewing and listening pleasure. We'll see you then. Buenas noches, amigos.